No! What are you doing? Let's do that again. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? It is Crux Cup time. I have already completely scuffed it, which means it is time for a race. Hello, everyone. 07s. Hope you're all doing well. I am Cruncy. I am joined today by my fantastic and very handsome friend, Henkin.
Hello.
We'd love to see your face, Henkin.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Look, completely scuffed, guys. This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
What's up, guys? This is the hen cam.
The hen cam. I love it. It's fantastic. How you been this week, Henkin? How you been since last week?
You know, doing amazing, Crossy. How about yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Luckily for me, my internet's been working, but I've been hearing some some dodgy things from your side recently.
Okay. This is how we're starting this, okay?
Look, it started scuffed, so we're going with it. It is the Crux Cup, guys. We've been preparing for this for a little while now. And it is finally race day. It's finally time to get some people into a racetrack, get people to win some prizes, and have a good fun day. If you're not familiar with the Crux Cup, there's a couple of things you can do. Firstly, in chat, you can put exclamation mark Crux Race, or you can listen to what I'm about to say. So, Crux Cup is 3 divisions. You got the ACRUX division, the Open division, and the Aurora division. We have a racing track called the Ahamari Ring, which I'll show you guys the track in a second. It's on Orison. Basically, you're flying between a couple of the platforms. You have 1 hour to complete as many laps as you possibly can in that time limit. Whoever has the most laps at the end of the day wins. The ACRUX division, this is our hyper-competitive division. So we're going to be seeing players going absolute beast mode for this one. We actually had qualifiers for the ACRUX division last weekend. The Open division, bring any ship you want. And the Aurora division, pretty self-explanatory, reclaimers only. I mean, Auroras. Never mind.
I would say probably our best division as well.
Yeah. The Open division is honestly the most fun, in my opinion. You got people bringing stuff like Starlifters, Reclaimers. Henkin was talking before stream about trying to figure out if he could get an Idris to come into the race itself. Which
I wonder what the most ridiculous ship tonight in the Open Series will be.
True.
We're seeing Reclaimer. We're seeing Idris. We talking A90 jump, Starfarer.
Oh, I'd love to see a Starfarer. And hey, with refueling coming up, maybe one day soon we might see the Starfarers refuel some of the other races. That'd be interesting. But that's neither here nor there, and it's not this week, that's for sure. So first things first, let's go have a look at the races. Who do we actually have participating today? So, waiting for the racer list to come through. We've got 35 races participating today within the 3 divisions. ACRUX division, we have a couple of players, including who I expect to absolutely crush the competition today, which is Black Maze. He absolutely crushed it last week during the qualifiers. I believe he got, 17 laps in the end? Which was 2 or 3 laps ahead of second?
He was in the lead right above Cats. Racing for Team XGR White, by the way. Qualifying time of 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Which is absolutely insanely fast. There was... We were very upset to hear last week, if you guys were following with us, someone got a 2-minute 53. Unfortunately, that was not a correct time. It was not an accurate time. So no sub 3 minutes as far as I'm aware. So 3 minutes and 12 seconds is incredibly fast. I doubt we will see something faster than that today. The other important thing, is the majority of the ACRUX division are using Heralds, which is just not a vehicle I would have chosen for this sort of thing, but clearly they know something more than I do. It's insane.
We are racing in Orison's atmosphere, being probably one of the heavier and thicker of atmospheres, coming in at around, 250 kilometers? About 150 kilometers above any other planet we've seen so far. So maybe, like you said, they know something we don't.
Yeah. They are extremely skilled racers. Maybe they can just get around the bad turning rate that the ship has, or maybe it's not even relevant. Who knows? Either way, we're going to be seeing
on
a
this
lot of
track.
that
I could see it too. There's a lot of straightaways where the Herald can make up for the lack of turning, and it's not exactly like they're cutting corners. You know, there's a
Fair.
couple turns that are pretty important, but for the most part, this is a straightaway race.
Yeah, exactly. Let's actually have a grander. Let's have a gander itself at the track, which I believe I have here. This grid behind us, chat, is all of the different perspectives we're going to be able to have a look at today, which is pretty sweet. Where are you? I believe you no longer exist. What is a White Claw? I've never gotten a straight answer on this. They only just started coming out in Australia.
White Claw.
White Claw, sponsoring the Crux Cup for the 87th year in a row. Vodka and soda.
Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Flavor Watermelon. Tastes just like a Jolly Rancher. Don't forget to use your code HENCRONS for 20% off.
It seems I have lost the racetrack itself. If you're able to bring up that up, Henkin, that'd be fantastic. Oh wait, so Gellian's got it. Your stream is live. The one at the menu. The Gellian. His stream is live, apparently. But yeah, this is going to be a good fun day, guys. So we've got a bunch of perspectives, some of the races, some dedicated camera spots as well, plus even some of the officials that are, tracking people come through checkpoints and whatnot. We've got some of their perspectives too.
Welcome to the menu.
And we have a Henkin perspective. What was it? The Hencam?
The Hencam, that's right.
We've got the Hencam. Cool. In that case, what we'll look at, let's have a gander at the prizes. Where are the prizes? There they are. Henkin, would you like to go through the prizes?
I would love to, Croncy. I would like, hold on one second. Let me read these, let me get my reading glasses on. All right, guys, for the Crux Cup, we have first place coming at you with an all consolidated Outlands fly bowls, including 6 ships with LTI. Second place coming at you with a Nomad and Hover Quad, featuring, you already guessed it, LTI. Third place for the ACRUX division, we got the Hover Quad coming at you with lifetime insurance. Each team member getting a prize. For our open division, first place, guys, we're coming at you with the Gladius, coming with lifetime insurance. Second place, 100i from the manufacturer of origin with, you already guessed it, lifetime insurance. Third place for our open cup, Hover Quad with LTI, both members getting a prize. For our best and final division, we have the Aurora Cup. First place, Aurora LN and Hover Quad with LTI. Second place, we got the Aurora LN with LTI. And third place, the Hover Quad with lifetime insurance. Each member receiving a prize.
Yeah, so as you can see, all of them multiplied by 2 because that is for the full team. So if you have a team of 2, you got someone helping you in the ACRUX division, both of you can get the 6 ships with LTI.
Or if you're really good at multi-boxing, prizes for you.
I didn't even think of that. Damn, I can cheat the system. Where's Trotster? Trotster will be cheating the system, right? 100% Trotster will be cheating. Hey, look. Hello, I know that person. Astropub, welcome in Astropub and all Astropub-related people. Welcome to the Crux Cup. We're just about to get started. It looks like player launch will be happening sometime soon. Have we started yet? No, players haven't been launched in just yet, but they are getting ready. They're preparing. While they're preparing, me and Henkin are basically just talking nonsense. I tell you what, why don't we, ladies and gentlemen, get our good friend EchoBit in here. The primary organizer of the race itself.
Come on up.
Yeah, EchoBit, how you doing?
Hello, good to be here.
Good to host for you. Honestly, this is a ton of fun. Yeah. So you're the primary organizer of the Crux Cup. Why don't you give us a rundown on the history of the Crux Cup and what we're going to be doing today?
Okay, so it began, I believe, in 2015, is when Algorid and Jez put this together. I joined a little bit later, but enthusiastically picked it up, I think, in 2017 when I became a backer. Yeah, this is our first time in the Persistent universe. Like, normally we'd be an arena commander. So hopefully there's a lot of new and exciting challenges that racers get to face today. As we, have to refuel and survive for an hour.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, we've got the 3 divisions, ACRUX, Open, Aurora. Largest thing probably about this race that is not similar to really any other Star Citizen race that I've seen happening is the refueling element. Tell us what actually goes on there in between laps. What we should expect to see from the races.
So racers will have to pit at the Orison spaceport. They need to do a touch and go according to our rules. So that means they fly in and hover to get serviced, and then they spin around, deploy their landing gear, touch the bottom of the hangar, and then leave as the doors close, and that will reset the hangar.
Awesome. What got you into racing? What got you into Starship racing?
Just the awesome community. I'd done some simulation racing in cars before, like Assetto Corsa, and from there, bringing it into Star Citizen was only natural. So yeah, I just like to go fast.
Yeah, awesome.
How have you found it? So you said a lot of you come from Arena Commander. How do you find it going from practicing on, a solo session versus actually in the PU versus the universe with 50 other people on server?
It's crazy because yeah, we just have limited lobbies of like maybe 6 or 8 people, and now it's a full multi-class race with everyone on the track at once. So it'll play out a lot differently, and survival is key for the races.
But I think that will affect some of the racers as well, though. We have the M50, which in Arena Commander performs top notch, but you have a race like Crux Cup going onto the live server where the M50 does not handle properly in atmosphere. Hence all the heralds as well.
Yeah.
That's right. 316 has been a pretty wild patch to get into. It just all sort of fell into place because it started stable. But yeah, some ships aren't exactly tuned to where they need to be, so expect some interesting meta.
What's of the Open division? Who's your go-to winner? Who you rooting for?
I'm rooting for the Banu Defender run by Rasmir.
Ooh, I like it. I do believe we still have our good friend Euro Trucker in the Hercules, so that's who I'm going for in the Open division.
That was my favorite. That and the racer we had last time who got into the P72 mid-race with a Connie and continued with the Snub Fighter. He won people's hearts, in my opinion.
Lost the race, won the hearts. EchoBit, what would you say to people who wanted to get into racing Star Citizen or maybe wanted to participate in a future Crux Cup?
It's open to everyone. Like, we have a class for Open, which is open to all skill levels welcome. You don't even need to place the fastest lap time. For example, in our Aurora class, the slowest person in qualifying actually ended up placing more laps. So, yeah, anyone can come. Anyone is welcome. There's a class for you and every skill level.
So, Mr. Echo, what made you guys choose the Crux Cup to, be at Orison versus maybe Microtech or Area 18?
Very obvious checkpoints is the key. So we've got 4 really large, obvious industrial platforms in Horizon that are just uniquely placed and are near a spaceport, and that's why we chose it.
Awesome.
Follow up on that one. Echo, what is your fastest lap time, and what ship?
It is 3 minutes 10 seconds in the Herald on SCR-GG.
Ooh, faster than Black
3
Mazes,
minutes,
ladies and gentlemen.
Damn, this is
why he's not competing. Okay.
Who said he's not? We're gonna get a spicy late minute edition. Echo Bit's just gonna crush the competition.
For reference, launch off of a Connie on a 72 and finish the race.
For reference, ladies and gentlemen, the majority of times that we sort of see, from what I can tell, have been 3-minute 30s. People tend to sort of stick around that bit. Yeah, we've gotten Black Maze with a 3-minute 12-second, but yeah, 3-minute 10 seconds. That's real fast. Real fast.
That was after what, his 10th or 11th lap out of 14. So it takes a while for them to kind of warm up to the track. But for most racers, it took about 10 laps before we started seeing sub 3 numbers. So there is a little bit of a skill curve to this track.
Now, the real question, Echo, how many explosions are we going to see today?
If qualifying is anything to go by, a lot. There were over 10.
Well, of all the times to wish the Vulcan was in game.
For those that don't know as well, as part of the Crux Cup, there is sort of an extensive rules list, as you would expect to see in a proper race. You need to make sure that you're allowing people to get past you. You're not, ramming into people, that sort of thing. So we will actually be reading occasionally during the race itself some infractions that come up, people being given warnings, that sort of thing. But hopefully we won't be reading too many of them today. And hopefully we won't see Trutz's name up there cheating again. Awesome. So it looks like we're still a little bit away from party launch, guys. We've still got a little bit of time. EchoBit, anything you want to say to everyone? Just in general.
Racers, good luck. Viewers, we love you very much. Thank you for supporting our event, and Croncy and Henkin, big love to you guys.
Anytime.
Thank you guys
All
for hosting a awesome race like this. Honestly, I gotta say I haven't been this excited since the Daymar rally, so let's see what today brings.
Yeah, should be good fun.
Let's have a good race.
All right. Cheers, Echo. All right, Henkin. We got a little bit more time to kill. What do you say we go through a racer profile? Our first racer profile.
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Why don't we start with Black Maze?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
What the fastest qualifier? I feel like he's earned his first place status.
Oh, for sure. Cool. Give me 1 second to bring it up because everything broke. Everything broke when I had to reset my stream in classic fashion.
That's karma for making fun of my internet.
Look, I have Australian internet. I'm allowed to make fun of people's internet because it's so bad.
True. You're right.
Alrighty. Where are we looking? Alright, Black Maze. Here we go. That is a big...
Amazingly zoomed in. This is 4K, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that don't got 4K TVs, we're going to scale this down.
All right. So for those of you who don't know Black Maze, he is actually a content creator for Star Citizen. Did a bunch of stuff with Elite Dangerous in the past. I actually first found out about Black Maze from a Space Tomato gaming podcast. Black Maze, the head of like XGR, which is another big racing organization. So he's going to be in the ACRUX today. He's got the Drake Herald. He's going to be going real fast. Like we said, had the top... I don't believe he had the top qualifying time, but he had a very, very fast qualifying time last week.
And the most laps.
I believe
4 or 5.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4, something like that, laps last time around, which was absolutely crazy. So qualifying time of 3:12, and yeah, this is the first time he's jumping in the Crux Cup.
Also, guys, go ahead and check out his channel as well, twitch.tv/BlackMazeTV. It is literally free, and it does help us content creators out. Go throw them that follow.
Don't follow
Keep your eyes on this racer as well.
Black Maze is going to crush it. So, what got you into racing? Have you raced in the Crux Cup before? Does your ship have a name? Love simulation, combine that with dual sticks and speed, and what better thing to do? I fully agree.
I got you. What do you intend to do once the persistent universe launches?
Finance my racing career by the means of salvaging and scavenging.
Oh, interesting. Anything you want to add or say to your fellow racers?
Oh wow, chucks in some advertising. Join the XGR Discord if you like ship racing championship coming soon. I do recommend jumping in the XGR Discord. If you aren't part of the Crux Cup stuff, the XGR stuff, the Atmo Esports stuff, the SCR.GG stuff, the racing community is having an actually massive explosion right now. So make sure you're joining all of these places. Sorry, continue.
Okay, interesting. Do you have a racing story you're fond of, or does your character have a story to tell?
Long-time race host migrating from Elite Dangerous to Star Citizen during the launch of Odyssey.
Story of our lives. Do you have a live stream channel or website you'd like to share?
Sure do. I, Black Maze, and not Cruncy, have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/blackmaze, or twitch.tv/blackmazetv.
You sound just like Black Maze.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I've been working on it. I've been trying my hardest, you know. It's my new type of content I'm bringing out. You're gonna see me doing like a couple of like Salty Mike impressions, some Morphologist impressions. Black Maze is fantastic. Definitely check him out, and probably in the ACRUX division, the racer to look at this week.
Interesting you say that. I still got my eyes on Cats. I think he kind of held back on qualifiers. I've raced with this man back when I started playing, and let me tell you, I think he's got something in store for us.
Yeah. But there's a lot of players I'm excited to look for. Something's going on with the party launch. There's a lot of players I'm looking excited to hang out with. For example, Diplomat. I will always praise Diplomat. That is who I think is going to almost definitely win the Open Division. If you guys don't know who Diplomat is, Atmo Esports Stanton 7 winner, Daymar Rally winner, multiple Croncy Death Race, Mountains of Mayhem winner. He absolutely crushes it. But this is his first foray into ship racing. So he's been crushing it with Dragonflies and Cyclones and all these other sort of ground vehicles. Now it's time to see if he can do enough in a ship race. So I'm really curious to see his first foray into that.
Especially at a distance race. So, versus other ones, this does take a considerable amount of time. An hour endurance race, you got to balance fuel, speed, track of a lot of different things that, you don't really have to worry about in certain other races, especially, destruction derbies.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like our players are still in the loading screen. Going to be taking just a little bit longer for us to get in. Not sure exactly what's going on.
These ships, guys. A lot of these guys are using overclocked fuel, high octane gas. Takes a long time to drain these gas tanks and refill them. They got to watch percentages and mixtures.
Some of them just sticking
thruster explosions.
Some of them just sticking straight up sticks of dynamite into their gas tanks to get that little bit boost. So hopefully not too much longer. But do bear with us, guys. You guys know the drill. You guys play Star Citizen. You know how it is sometimes.
This would be a good time, too, from a word of our sponsors. Don't forget Standing Desk, ladies and gentlemen. Use your code HENCRONS for 20% off.
Standing desks. It's like a desk, but tall.
Tired of sitting all day long? Is your butt getting so tired? Try standing.
Oh, man. Need an official one like that. If we're doing the same thing for Crux Cup next year, we're going to pre-record a bunch of advertisements, 100%.
100%.
100%.
And don't forget, guys, we got the new Virpil DDR pad for Star Citizen. For our standers, instead of pedals, how about 6 degrees of freedom?
Oh, man. You've never killed someone in a bounty until you've killed them to, like, a DDR track.
Per minute, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man.
Like Peloton, but Star Citizen.
Alrighty. Let's have a gander at another racer profile while we're waiting. Let's go have a look at our favorite of all time, Euro Trucker. Let's have a gander at Euro Trucker.
So he was one of my favorites from the qualifiers.
100%. Brought in the big guns, both literally and figuratively.
I guess
so
here's quite an amazing profile picture as well.
Yes.
And I think Euro Trucker, that is what comes to my mind.
The Euro Trucker is going to be competing in the Open Division today using a C2 Hercules, which is oh, it's beautiful. You gotta love it. As part of Team SCA Calliope Heavy Industries, had a qualifying time of 7 minutes and 1 second. Now that sounds slow, but honestly, in a Hercules, that is quite fast. That is very, very fast.
I think he was holding back a little bit as well. He didn't want to show all the tricks he has up his sleeve with that amazing racer being the C2 Hercules. Surprisingly enough, manufactured in this very atmosphere.
Yeah, it's definitely got the looks going for it. It fits into this race more than really anything else. And yeah, it should be fun to watch. One of the best things about it, honestly, is it makes it hard for people to get past them while they're in the factories.
All right, Mr. Euro Trucker, what got you into racing? And have you raced in a Crux Cup before? Does your ship have a name?
I saw the XGR Kaplan opener, and I was like, I'll have some of that. This is my first Crux Cup, but definitely not my last.
Oh, interesting you say that. What do you intend to do once the Persistent Universe launches?
Me? I'm flying a Hercules all across the PU with my SCA friends in tow. Literally,
Oh.
I'm going to tow them.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Any claims to fame you own in the Star Citizen world?
I was the overall winner of the Freestyle X First Edition in the Crusader C2 Hercules End Origin M50.
Oh, I could see the correlation to you using this ship as the racer. Anything you want to add or say to your fellow racers?
Watch out for the Reclaimer.
I don't know if that's a threat or a promise.
Yeah.
Do you have a live stream channel or website you'd like to share?
Sure do. Follow me at this one that's on screen right now, because that is a lot of numbers and letters.
youtube.com/channel/UCCHH1XARUN6UGK LX5A_P7DA. For anyone else, you can clip that.
Man, I can't believe that that they had that interview with us. That was fantastic. I missed it too. I walked out of the room.
And coincidentally, it's kind of crazy. Everybody sounds like you, Croncy.
Yeah, it's just it's the settings that I've got on my
Magic, ladies and
stream.
gentlemen. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
filters. Like that's what people don't get.
Somebody in chat's giving me lip. Something Ultama. As you can see, one of the sponsors of the Crux Cup itself. Make sure you check it out. I was not briefed on Ultama, so
Ultimate fuel cell energy, ladies and gentlemen. Unlike the C2 that is not eco-friendly, Mr. Sigelian in chat here, curator of Ultimate Energy, which also I seem to have lost my Ultimate Energy jacket somewhere in the mail. I can't seem to find it. But sponsors of the stream, ladies and gentlemen, go check them out. An amazing organization, and they have in-house pizza every single day.
every day?
Every single day
Ooh.
from their CEO, Sigelian.
Well, I mean, Sigelian,
Handcrafted.
if pizza
The
doesn't
finest
arrive,
tambu in the verse.
if pizza doesn't arrive while I'm streaming today, I'm going to be highly disappointed.
You haven't checked your post bag, have you?
True.
Mine's just missing my Ultimate Energy jacket, Galleon.
All right, still in the pre-launch phase here, guys. See if I can get an update for you. See what's going on.
Like some of these racers are taking every second that they can to fine-tune their engines, mixing their fuel ratios, making sure everything is tip-top for this 1 hour endurance race here at beautiful Orison. Courtesy of CIG, with our beautiful loading screen being at the Crux Cup. It's like they prepped this race just for us.
All right, looks like we are reforming the party to jump in. Luckily, once we do get in, it shouldn't take us too long to get the race started, as pretty much everyone should already be on location at Orison or close to Orison. We're launching with officials and racers only at the moment. Alrighty. If we have any racers in chat, just make sure you are paying attention to any announcements that are going on in the Discord.
If you find yourself getting tired while waiting, a little bit of back pain, a little bit of booty strain, you can try standing desk. Use exclamation Croncy Ken for 20% off standing desk.
We will not be held liable if that code does not work. You probably entered it wrong. Don't worry about it. Nothing serious. Your standing desk is just like one of the pull-up ones, right?
Oh, of course. Amazon.com, ladies and gentlemen. Courtesy of Jeff Bezos.
I would fully recommend to chat, get yourself an electric one. Oh, it's so good.
I mean, if you like sitting.
Yeah, true. I guess if you don't leave it in the standing position 100% of the time.
This desk serves one purpose, and it's to stand. My motto is I live like the town of Footloose. Instead of banning dancing, I ban sitting.
Sorry, I'm now just imagining, like, the whole thing of Footloose. Anytime anyone's sitting, someone's just like, get up. What are you doing? Get out of our town. What are you doing? Having a nap? You going to sleep?
Are you a sitter?
All right, looks like we're getting a party launch going. People are loading in, which means we're going to be getting sorted very, very soon. Like I said, guys, this is Star Citizen. Issues happen. Not to me, but to everyone else.
Also, I would love to show the starting screen here. For those of you who don't know, there is ET humping a golden retriever. But I'm just giving you guys a fair warning. Once you see it, you will never unsee it.
I hate that so much. So there's a streamer called Piss Poor Pete Chat, who I think I don't know if it was the first to point it out, but definitely the first one that I saw. It's kind of messed up. Would not recommend. Don't dox yourself. You never see the dog? It's like the brown part of the cloud. And then ET is behind it. It's a bit weird, but it is fine nonetheless. Tell you what we can talk about, chat. 317. Who's hyped for 317? I know I am. Refueling, selling items.
You guys ready?
God.
Okay.
Why do I allow him to do this, chat?
Listen. You see this? Okay. Oh no!
You got pulled into the server.
That's what I get.
That's what you got. All right, nothing for Henkin. Yeah, 317 is not too far away now. You excited, Henkin?
Oh, of course. I mean, funny enough, all we were expecting was coffee vendors, but the amount of content that's coming at us is honestly getting me really excited for 317. The refactor on our Death of a Spaceman taking less damage. We got, the first iteration of the whole series, as well as the first time we could actually sell lootable items, increasing profitability from such thing as 890J mission, Price of Freedom, and even the bunkers we all know and love.
100%. I am also, as sort of part of the selling, if you guys didn't watch the Star Citizen not live this week, I would highly recommend you go watch that, because there's a bunch of information in there that wasn't in any other sources. I am super, super keen that they are doing the, some weapons and some items and whatnot a bit rarer than others, because now it makes it a bit cooler when you see someone with a grenade launcher or a, whatever cool weapon it might be. Yeah, super, super excited. Plus refueling.
And
I'll be mad at refueling. Man, Hankin, you're so happy that I'm making money.
Of course, man. And you get one prime a month and you drop it on Croncy. Thank you very much. Then let's get the ding.
Ah, true.
We'll mix it together.
I wasn't going to use my ding because it's Crux Cup. It's not a Croncy stream. It's a Crux Cup stream, but I'll use the ding if you want me to, Hankin.
I would love for you to use the ding.
All right, we'll use.
I want to have it any other way.
All right, players are just hopping in now. They're heading over to the spaceport. Someone's lying down. Won't be too much longer now. They will have to get themselves all into their positions, their starting grid positions. So I feel like we're probably waiting maybe another 10 minutes or so before the race itself begins. Let's do another overview of everything that's going on. I'm going to chuck the prizes back up here just so people can have a look at them while I explain. So the Crux Cup is 3 divisions, an hour-long endurance race with refueling. The ACRUX division is the hyper-competitive division that you needed to qualify for last weekend. You needed a lap time under 4 minutes. I believe we had 9 people qualified. Don't 100% quote me on that. I'm bad at counting. We had a bunch of people qualified for that one. So that's the ACRUX division. The open division, bring any ship you want. We've got Hercules. We've got Reclaimers. If you wanted to bring in Idris, I feel like the organizers would let you bring in Idris. It would probably be extremely hard, but who knows? Maybe it's possible.
I didn't see any prime.
And then the Aurora division. The Aurora division, bring in Aurora and jam it. So,
I say, probably the crowd
some good fun here.
There.
The Aurora?
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like Honda Civics in real life, probably the most seen ship in the verse as of late.
Yeah, definitely. I also think the Aurora itself...
You know what they say, though? You see an Aurora pull up next to you with a laptop in the seat. Gotta be careful.
What? Why?
You never seen a Honda pull up next to you with a laptop?
I think I'm being threatened. Am I being threatened, chat?
No, of course not.
Now get in the car. Why don't you go over the prizes for us, Lincoln?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the ACRUX division, first place featuring all consolidated Outland Flyable, 6 ships, including LTI. For second place, we have the Nomad and Hover Quad with lifetime insurance. And third place, coming at you with the Hover Quad with LTI. Each team member winning a prize. For our open division, first place, we have the Gladius with LTI. Second place, 100i with LTI. And for third place, Hover Quad with LTI. Each team member receiving a prize. And for our last and final, and probably, to be honest, the best division, we have the Aurora Cup with first place winner receiving an Aurora LN and Hover Quad with LTI. Second place, Aurora LN with LTI. And third place, we have the Hover Quad with lifetime insurance. Each team member receiving a prize. Many doors, stream practice, and spot prizes. Ahumani Ring, 2952 Crux Cup.
So there you go. Tons of prizes to be given out today to some absolutely fantastic races. I do believe, I don't know if EchoBit is still in chat, but I do believe there was also a UEC prize to be given out, somewhere in the range of 50 million UEC to the races. So you even get some in-game prizes too, which is pretty sweet. And seeing as 317 sounds like it's not going to be wiping anything, be nice to have. Maybe you can purchase a couple of these racing ships, give the Crux race a couple more goes in your favorite reclaimer.
Who knows? You could be the next best racer.
Definitely. All right, they're heading into the hangars, getting their ships out now, getting all ready. Let's go for one more racer profile before we begin. Who would you like to look at?
All right, let's see what we have over here, Mr. Croncy.
So we've already looked at Black Maze, we've already looked at Euro Trucker. We have Axior.
Let's go down the list. We have Osashas.
Osashas.
It's an actual racing outfit in the profile picture.
I mean, that definitely gives him some props. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's
plus
plus
points.
10 to coolness points, which will help in the end results.
I think they actually minus 10 seconds off every single one of his laps because of that.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Why?
Written in the fine
minus
print.
10 is a good thing, though. It's like golf, right?
Yeah. So, Osashas running the ACRUX division, going to have a lot of competition there in a Drake Herald. Like I said, that is the majority of ships that people are using the ACRUX. Part of XGR Blue. So the XGR actually have a couple of teams racing today, and yeah, Osashas is part of XGR Blue. Had a qualifying time of 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Once again, extremely fast, and this is their first time in the Crux Cup.
Yeah, one of the top tier lower 3 laps there.
Yeah, very fast. Anything lower than a 3 minute 20 is pretty crazy.
All right, Mr. Osashas, what got you into racing, and have you raced in a Crux Cup before? Does your ship have a name?
Well, I've been racing on 2 wheels my entire life. It only made sense to get into the cockpit of a starship as well.
Interesting. I noticed you got a really quick sudden draw there. What do you intend to do once the Persistent Universe launches?
Oh, you know me. I'm about to race.
Well, I don't know what kind of answer I expected. Any claims to fame you own in Star Citizen World?
Well, I'm actually the XGR co-founder.
Interesting. That probably says a lot about your character. Anything you want to add or say to your fellow racers?
Well, I wouldn't recommend you follow my lines. You'll likely end up eating an antenna.
Smiley face. Interesting. All right, so do you have any racing stories you're fond of, or does your character have a story to tell?
Well, once upon a time, I was battling with Black Maze for a race win at Microtech. The dirty dog ran me over at the Aspire Grand Loop and kept on rolling to take the win. I'll never forgive him.
Smiley face indeed. Do you have a live stream channel or website you'd like to share?
Well, I think you should check out sci.gg.
Interesting. I just gotta say, you sound oddly like Croncy as well, just a more Florida version.
Wait, what did I miss? What happened? What's going on?
Oh, I don't know. We're just interviewing Osashas there, Croncy. Welcome back.
Oh, damn. Missed it. Oh, well. Too bad. I also recommend you guys should check out sci.gg. Website created by Diplomat, one of the races in today. It's an amazing website. If you want to go check it out, !racing in the chat. You can put in your times for the Crux Cup. You can put in your times for Atmo Esports tracks. Every track you can imagine.
Your own race.
Not yet. You will be able to soon. That feature is not active yet.
Load your own race.
But that's awesome, right? That's super, super cool. So yeah, absolutely fantastic website. Make sure you check it out. Looks like we've got some racers actually driving around finally. Flying around, probably getting near to their starting positions. Let's have a look around.
Warming up those thrusters.
We have a couple of cameras positioned around the track. Some people are still setting up. Oh, 400i. Love to see a 400i. Some people still getting set up. Echo bit on Olisar. That is the wrong location, Echo bit. Just making sure you know that. I know it's your race, but you'd think.
I got confused. You never know.
Fantastic
and
view from
Center, very close.
They're
visuals.
basically the same. Really, it's just height, right? That's it. That's the only difference.
Right.
Here we have a fantastic view from Diplomat, sporting a lovely blue Herald skin. That looks really nice.
Say, that adds an extra 10 horsepower there.
It does. It actually converts it directly into boost. You lose some of the blue skin as you go past. It's not actually a skin, it's just doused in petrol.
High octane, baby.
Let's have a look at Euro Trucker getting his Hercules out. Oh, already flying it around. Love to see it.
Yeah, ship that size, you really got to let him warm up before hitting the track, with its full potential.
Yeah. So TS Forest, we have probably roughly 10 people as part of the stream team, camera operators, organization, whatnot. EchoBit is the person to answer that question, but it should be roughly around 10 people or so. So it's a relatively large organization. So hats off. Make sure if you guys see any of the organizers or any of the stream team or anything hanging around, make sure you give them a hey. And if they do a good job, make sure you say they do it. No, they're doing a great job. Make sure you chuck props to them. Here we go. We've got Canadian Maverick here, also in the Herald. So we've already got some races getting organized, getting in their positions.
First mistake here, not using a skin, dropping about 5 horsepower there.
Yeah. Cats. Cats is your favorite, right? Cats is your go-to win for this. Looks like Cats is just behind. Looks like Canadian Maverick.
No external view. Probably trying to hide the fact that he's probably running the best skin in game for that extra 10 horsepower.
True. What you will see as well, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a fairly obvious one. If you actually look in the bottom right corner of the MFDs there, you see the power triangle. Everything on boost. The main reason for that is when you have that at max, your boost will fill up faster. Doesn't do much to your engines, but does a lot to your boost. So it's pretty much a no-brainer. The only time you would ever really put it on shield in this situation is if you think you're really going to start crashing into people. But hopefully that's not the case. On that
penalty before that even gets there.
Exactly. On that though, if you do crash, that is not the end of the race for you. You are allowed to come back, get your ship back out, start in the pit lane, and continue your laps. Obviously, you're going to lose probably 5 to 10 minutes in that time. That's laps that you're losing, but you're not out of the race. You can keep going. Let's have a look at NeoJet. Doing some setting changes. Got to make sure your colors are right
as well.
Who was Speedweed?
Speedweed.
I don't think Speedweed is streaming. Unless I'm blind. That's okay. Let's have a look at Trotster. Our favorite cheater. Stream pause. Although it looks like he's still in a constellation, from what I can tell there. I doubt he will try to cheat this time. Drift ACR also set up. Oh, that's a nice view of Euro Trucker coming in.
Crowd favorite C2 over there.
This is actually very cool watching all these ships come in and get into their landing positions. Or starting positions, rather. So there you can see up the front, pretty much the entire ACRUX division. All set up in that start section. So all of the divisions happen at the same time. All the races happen at the same time. What's going to happen is at the end of the hour, once everyone is, starting to finish their laps, the lap leader, they'll finish a lap, and then basically white lap will be called. So once they finish that lap, it'll be the last lap for everyone. Next time you cross the line, that's it. That's you done. So make sure you watch out for that. Have a look at Salem.
I'm in to the race as well, Mr. Croncy. We'll embark and interview each racer.
We've got an Aurora here. This is Salem Frost in the Aurora division. Yep, you can do !Crux race to get the rules and whatnot. That'll all be available for you. Epic Wink. Epic Wink set up in a Hawk. That's an interesting choice for the open division.
I was going to say, I have not seen one of these yet.
I wonder how they go on fuel. That is the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just speed. You want to be minimizing as many pit stops as you possibly can.
I gotta say, you comic have not seen a Cartwall just yet. It's still early on. Nope.
Cartwalls are an interesting choice. I do think they're actually one of the better choices, but once again, these guys probably know better than I do. They're the ones racing the event. Like, for example, I had no idea that the Herald was going to be as popular as of a choice as it is. But there you go.
Because we don't know the fuel consumption of the Cartwall. You know, maybe it's just not good in the endurance run. With the 60 degrees of freedom, it could cost that a little bit of extra hydrogen fuel that you need to get that extra lap.
It's also, like, yes, it might be the most maneuverable ship in-game currently. Maybe it just doesn't translate well to atmosphere. We've seen that with a lot of ships. The M50, pretty garbage in atmosphere. The Archimedes, even though it's supposed to be faster than the Merlin, just bad in atmosphere. Yep.
So, all the top racer ships right now, surprisingly enough, horrible in atmosphere.
Which is really interesting.
Imagine that. But let's give us a little bit of flavor for the Crux Cup. Instead of seeing this full of 350Rs, M50s, and Razors, we're starting to see some of the other things come at you, especially the crowd favorite, the Drake Herald, which is, I gotta say, an unexpected ship to see here.
Yeah, like, it is an incredibly fast ship. It always has been. Like I said, it's basically take a engine from a Javelin and just stick it on the back of, like, a small plank of wood. That is what the Herald is. But yeah, it has a little bit more turning capability than you would have expected in the past. And so it ended up being an okay choice for this race. Oh man, I'd love to see the Buccaneer. Love the Buccaneer. I don't think it has the speed. It has the firepower, but not the speed for the Crux Cup, unfortunately, I don't think. Alright, let's see if Sigelian is set up. Oh, there we go. Beautiful view there. Don't you love to see it? This is one of the coolest things about Orison. When you do have the clouds turned on in, like, situations like this, it's surreal. I don't think we're too far away from the start now.
My computer cannot handle that.
Your computer can't handle it? Turning your clouds off?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were doing some racing trials here a couple of days ago. And I was so desperately wanting to keep the clouds on. But you just lose too many frames at the moment. What I am hoping for, there's rumors that the next Invictus is going to be held at Orison. When something like that happened last time at New Babbage, because New Babbage used to have the same problems that Orison's having now. We saw a massive performance increase for that patch. So I'm hoping we get a similar thing here.
I got a Connie landed here for a little frontline view for you guys.
So we should have a couple of views. So Gentleman J, I believe, will be doing the view from over top. But right now, not quite in position. Still setting up a little bit. We're just using Discord at the moment, Tears Forest. Oh, there we go, Henkin. I think we just got our crime duo name. Henkin and the Ginger.
Ooh, I'd watch that on TNT.
It's your typical crime drama. Henkin solves all the crimes. I sit under a sun umbrella the entire day.
Don't forget the sunscreen. Mr. Krause, got you a nice little view here from the inside of a Constellation Phoenix.
Cool, let's have a look at that.
Here at the start of the race here.
Gonna be a little bit lower quality because me and Henkin went through some shenanigans, but there you go. Nice view at the start. Also, Freight Train, thank you very much for the follow. Sorry, from the Prime sub, my apologies. Henkin said I got to do the bell. So there's your bell.
And the
thank you very much. Did you know, guys, that when you Prime sub, they take the money directly out of Jeff Bezos' pocket? Pretty crazy.
It did, and that's what makes it all worth it. And with one Prime a month, you choose to use it on Crossy. Thank you very much.
If you don't choose to use it on me, make sure you use it on my good friend Henkin.
Next month.
Every month.
And Scarecrow dropping that Prime.
Oh, Scarecrow. Thank you so much.
Money out of Jeff Bezos' mouth. Gotta love it.
Out of his mouth?
That's right.
He's like halfway through eating a sandwich.
One less Grey Poupon he can eat. They actually go and tweezer out caviar from his little snacks.
Alrighty. See if I can get an update on how far away we are from the start of the race. Don't mind the white screen in the back. I swear it's fine. Oh, we have incident reports already? Oh, no. Okay. That's just preparing for incident reports. Thought maybe someone had done some crashing as they were landing. Ladies and gentlemen, who do you think is going to win the ACRUX division today? Let's actually have a look at the racer list again. It's been a bit. Let's see who is a part of the ACRUX division. Unfortunately, this cycles through very fast. Give it a second as it comes back around.
Oh, actually, bottom down as well. We got XGR Red. We got Sire Racing. Oh, that's the teams. We got Steve CC, Salem Frost, Neo Jet, Xer Vandel, Handle. Coming at you with the next list. Go ahead, Mr. Crosby.
Sorry, did you just do the ACRUX? I was trying to find some stuff. I'm very scuffed. The ACRUX division. Canadian Maverick, Data Machine, Black Maze, Osashes, Cats, Speedweed, NRGL, and Strazik. We have all of them running a Herald except for Strazik, who's in an Arrow. That's a choice. That's a choice and a half. We're going to make sure we're going to be watching that. We're going to watch results come in 4 laps for Strazik. I want to see just how much better it is than a Herald, if it even is. Maybe it has a little bit better fuel consumption. Not super sure. As we move on to the Open, we've got Diplomat running a Herald, Red Wolfwood running a Herald, Numinos running a Herald, Drift ACR in a Razor, Arisma in a Banu Defender. This is Echo Bit's favorite for the day. Epic Wink with a Hawk, Akamaru Ronin with an Arrow, OTE The Missile with an M50, a Trutster, the well-known cheater, with a Constellation Andromeda. For reference, that's a joke, chat. Don't actually harass him. Euro Trucker with a C2 Hercules, Sammy Titan with a Hurricane. That's an interesting one. A Hurricane.
Well, gotta say, he knows something we don't.
Yeah. Remember, this is not a military competition. So a Hurricane is that's a very interesting choice. Aiden VK with an Arrow, Shopee with an M50, Skyshock with an Arrow, andZnape with an Arrow.
With a Hurricane, he could have his turret gunner rock, all ballistic cannons and turn around and shoot the other way. I'm hoping for that little bit of a speed boost there.
If only it worked that way. If
You can
only.
dream.
Yeah. And then the Aurora division. Wait, sorry, we have one more for the Open division, which is Pit Viper in a Reclaimer. There is a Reclaimer in the race. There we go. It is in there. Hopefully they've got themselves set up.
A clash of titans with the C2 versus the Reclaimer, the OG salvage capital versus the brand new crowd favorite from Crusader Industries, manufactured on this very same planet.
If we can see, if we get a shot today of the Hercules and the Reclaimer like neck and neck trying to get through a section, I'll be so happy. I'll be so happy. The Aurora division, which is also a very, very competitive version. We have Steve CC in an Aurora LX, and then everyone else is in an Aurora MR. So we have Neojet, Axior, Luigi, Wahots, Zolna, Vandel, and Salem Frost.
Just across the once the Reclaimer has the full functionality of the grabby hands, you think you have to change up the rules a little bit, preventing players from grabbing other racers?
That's interesting. I would honestly, if I was EchoBit, I would allow it. Because you got to remember, the Reclaimer is significantly slower. So if you're able to catch up to another ship and grab it, that's a lot of effort. That's pretty impressive.
I agree.
So yeah, I would say we're probably not going to see the Reclaimer exploding, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of people exploding by crashing into the Reclaimer. It's going to be hard to avoid that thing in any of the tunnels.
Do you think he will get penalized for blocking racer lines?
Possibly. We might see it. Really depends on what they're doing, I guess. The Reclaimer can do the whole race without refueling too. That is good. However, I do believe lap times with the Reclaimer, we're looking at like 15 minutes. So, we're not going to see too many laps from the Reclaimer. Might not have to refuel, but that's unfortunately not what's working for it. Henkin has disappeared, guys. I am left to my own devices. How's everyone doing today? We feeling good? We ready for a race? You guys keen? I'm keen. Racing community has been exploding the last couple of weeks. And it's very, very exciting to be a part of it. 400i actually, I felt like was probably not too bad of a ship. Because it doesn't have a bad speed. You know? Like, it seems okay. But maybe it's just too slow for the open division. Maybe I'll check it out after the race. We'll come to the track and check out a 400i. I will say, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, I run monthly giveaways. And we might as well talk about the new giveaway that I have. Would you like to see it? Elegance. Luxury. Firepower. The origin 400i. Limitless adventure. A reminder that that giveaway is not sponsored by Crux Cup. But yeah, anyway. Heralds will have to lap the Reclaimer 5 times before it has done a lap. Wow. That is chaotic. That is very fast. Back took a shot of tequila. It's one of our sponsors. Henkin Tequila. When are you bringing out a tequila?
Down with amazing White Claw, watermelon flavor.
Remember, White Claw, we are open to any and all sponsorships for the Crux Cup. Reputation is irrelevant. Shem Pasta
with the sub.
Thank you very much for the fuel and sub, Shem Pasta. Appreciate it. Remember, guys, if you want to support, make sure you support all the members of the stream team and the organizers themselves. So that's Southern Cross Alliance, EchoBit, Henkin, Tegelian, other people that I will 100% forget the name of. But the best way to support for the race itself is to join. Join the races. Hang out in the community events. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And make sure to go on to r/Crux Cup, which probably doesn't exist yet. The C2 got a PC upgrade. Ooh, better frames. Hopefully that results in better laps.
We'll see tonight. I gotta say, love the race this year, Mr. Croncy, with the pit cams here, allowing us to have the GoPro footage directly from the cockpit of each ship.
It was a nice addition that Crusader came to us with.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact that we are causing lots of property damage, it was very interesting.
Don't forget what they say, Mr. Croncy. Nothing's illegal until you get caught.
Not the attitude that I would encourage, ladies and gentlemen, but there you have it from Henkin. Commit crimes. All right, I don't think we're too far off now. We're just looking at EchoBit's perspective here. I am missing at the grid. Okay, so it looks like we've got a couple of races that we're still waiting to hop onto the grid itself. Looks like 4 or so races. You can skydive without a parachute for the rest of your life. Have you heard of that one guy that survived?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
A couple stories, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine, I think I'd be more angry. It's like, oh my god, think of the ambulance bill. I live in the States.
Sorry,
mind you,
sorry.
Like,
I don't understand this chump change that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
paying for an ambulance. What
costs a lot of money, and then being at the hospital costs a lot of money, and then of course getting treated at the hospital. You already guessed.
I don't know.
Costs a lot of money.
Sounds like a scam. Just saying.
Well, there's
would not
few lucky Americans with the lifetime insurance, just like all the winners of the prizes coming at you tonight.
Exactly, and why don't we go through them again? Where's my button for it?
Stand by.
There we are. Right. So these prizes, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by members of Southern Cross Alliance. I believe the majority of them are actually sponsored by Algored, who's an amazing member of the community. So you can get yourself all of these possibly next time. Next time we run a Crux Cup, maybe the prizes will be better. Maybe they'll be worse.
I don't know,
maybe I can
better
convince
than LTI.
Sure, but maybe I can convince EchoBit to just make all the prizes like a single skin.
Cargos?
Yeah. Oh, I said worse, not better.
That's right.
You want to go through the prizes?
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, in the ACRUX division, in first place, coming at you with the all-consolidated Outlands Flyable, 6 ships, including LTI. We have second place with the Nomad and Hover Quad with LTI. Third place, Hover Quad with LTI, each team member receiving a prize. For our open division, in first place, we have the Gladius with LTI. Second place, coming at you with the 100i with LTI, and third place, Hover Quad with LTI. For our third and final, and some would say the best division, we have the Aurora. With first place, Aurora LN and Hover Quad with LTI. Second place, Aurora LN with LTI. And third place, Hover Quad with LTI. Don't forget each team member receiving a prize. Many door, stream, practice, and spot prizes. Brought to you by Ahumahi Ring, 2952 Crux Cup.
And don't forget to mention Altama. Gotta get that fuel. Going to be fueled by Altama.
Ultimate Energy, ladies and gentlemen, from the CEO and co-founder of Segellian's Pizza, Segellian. Don't forget your code Segellian69 for 20% off your deep dish pizza.
What if I don't want a deep dish? Can I use the code on
20% off?
Can I use it on mozzarella sticks?
Hold on, let me talk to Seg about that.
All right, sweet. I will say, so mozzarella sticks are like not a thing that was like super popular in Australia. Last like 5 years, they've been popping up everywhere, and honestly, amazing. Yeah.
Listen.
Like fried cheese sticks. We're not a big thing, and they've been popping up. They're so good.
For homemade ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. I like to deep fry a lot of things, especially turkeys. But I've got these homemade mozzarella ham cheese
Yep.
sticks, and let me just say, they're bomb.
I have, like, what is the deal with deep frying turkeys? I've seen lots of videos of that, and it almost never goes well.
Well, let me just say, anything deep fried is delicious. Ice cream, turkeys, chicken,
Sure.
cheese sticks, pizza rolls, hot pockets, you name it, I'll deep fry it. And I gotta say, everything tastes a lot better fried.
Do you guys have Mars bars over there?
We do. We also have
Have you had a deep fried Mars bar?
I've had that and Snickers and Oreos.
Ooh.
And restate my statement. Everything is a lot better deep fried. Especially
Deep fried
ice cream.
Oreo.
You would think ice cream wouldn't make sense. It is so good.
100%. It's a
It
massive,
is
like, yeah.
so good.
Big dessert item in a lot of Chinese restaurants in Australia is
butter.
deep fried ice cream.
I'm in
So good.
Florida, not Kentucky.
Deep fry a Buick. I mean, that's a lot of iron.
You know, I will say I always try food once, so until I've actually tried a deep fried Buick, I won't say it's delicious or bad.
Gotta leave off the riz. Next up on Henkin's YouTube channel, eating a deep fried Buick.
He eats a whole deep fried Buick. Is there a specific year that's better? Is it like the 89s taste a lot better, or am I going for the vintage 90s? You know, do you have to let the car breathe a little bit?
Just make sure you season and marinate it appropriately, all right? You don't want to have a bland Buick, you know? That's the worst. Just ruins your whole
No one
day.
likes a bland Buick.
Yeah. So we do have a view here of the starting grid. You can see a bunch of those heralds lined up. We've got a, looks like a 350 something?
Yeah, 300
Some sort of
series over there.
Yeah, 300 series gone through. And I did just hear in chat, someone mentioned that we've already had a death. Someone, apparently we've had medics on the track already.
Okay, guys, racing is a dangerous sport, and these are professionally trained pilots here.
So here we go. We have the official incident report. So it was Axior, died in Milford Tunnel, died from excitement pre-race. You got to make sure that you're being careful. You don't want to be getting a heart attack before the race begins, guys. That's the worst thing that can happen.
Who can blame him? There's tensions are pretty high here. Start of today's race day, Crux Cup.
I will say, from experience, so I was in the Stanton 7. It is very, very nerve-wracking just before the start of the race, especially when we're in situations like this where we've had a couple of issues. It takes a little bit longer to set up. Just builds up those nerves more and more and more, especially when we've got such amazing prizes up for grabs. So I don't think they actually died from excitement, but we definitely know we're going to be seeing a lot of nerves from these guys. Once they get into the race,
seeing and hearing as well is the in-game VoIP, which a lot of these pilots seem to be talking crap to each other down in the pits. Hence our censored background.
The rivalries are just already starting.
And just like wacky races, you got to keep an eye on your ship. Make sure nobody goes and tampers with your thruster or fuel ratio.
All right. New feature for CIG. Let us tamper with someone's brake pedal.
Rossi, I have additional questions.
Yeah. Your additional questions, why is this not in game already? It's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, actually, that'd be even hilarious. What's better than stealing somebody's ship, cutting their brake lines?
Yeah. So siphoning fuel would be actually kind of interesting, and I feel like it wouldn't be something that is very out of the realm of possibility.
I will say it's probably really tough in zero G, space, but atmosphere side, yeah, I could see it.
Apparently, Mercedes sells cologne. Why? Who's buying Mercedes cologne? The answer is we are. Thank you to our next sponsor, Mercedes Cologne. Want to smell like a car? Too bad. This smells worse.
The Lamborghini cologne.
There's Lamborghini cologne too?
All right, guys, here we go. We got the front line race here. Looks like they are off. And here you got the bird's eye view here, or front line view here.
I don't believe this is the start. I'll double check, but I don't believe this is the start. I believe that this is just the first lap that they do. Just going to double check. See if we got any information. Because they want to do one lap through the track just to make sure that everything works. Yeah, orientation lap. There we go. But that's pretty sweet anyway. We still get to see some movement. Yeah, warm-up lap. Got to get those engines. I was going to say tires. Tires doesn't really
The
make
same
sense,
thing.
but...
Warm up the thruster cones.
Yeah.
Get the ailerons moving. Just kidding. Just other thrusters.
Let's have a look at Euro Trucker.
And don't mind the desync, ladies and gentlemen. They are moving quite fast. However, Star Citizen do be Star Citizen.
Yeah, exactly. Especially once we've got this many people in the same spot on Orison, no less. We're going to see a lot of issues like that. But as you can see right now from this perspective that we've got with Euro Trucker, not too bad. Not too bad. Once you turn off the clouds, get that big performance
Dash
increase.
cam from the C2, gotta say, is quite a beauty. He is, however, showing off his in-game chat, which is all right. But here we have the crowd favorite here, manufactured here at Orison. The ship that's going to win the crowd's heart. Clash of Titans, ladies and gentlemen, is this versus the Reclaimer. Who will have the fastest lap time?
So what we've seen in the past is that you can get probably like a 7, maybe 8-minute lap off the Hercules. But if you guys were here last week for the qualifying laps, you would have also seen that Euro Trucker had a couple of incidents. So could come down to pilot skill as well.
You could be saving it for the big day as well. Giving people a small taste of what he has to offer, but bringing home the bacon during the race.
So remember, guys, this race is not a lap-defined race. It is an endurance race. So you have 1 hour to complete as many laps as you possibly can. At the end of that hour, whoever is the lap leader will cross the line, and that'll initiate the last lap, basically saying next time you cross the line, you're done skis. And that'll almost definitely be one member
using
from the
too much of their boost here.
I think they have to. I think they have to stay into their positions currently while they're warming up. I don't think they're allowed to pass anyone before they begin. What are the penalties for lane blocking? So there's a couple of different levels of penalties. There are warnings. Eventually, if you do commit too many things, too many penalties, they will DQ you from the race. For lane blocking, I'm sure it would just start with a warning and then go from there. They do it on a case-by-case basis for the most part, any infractions. Like I said, we'll be reading out any infractions that happen during the day as they come. So look at one of the Auroras. Oh, it's beautiful seeing all of those markers. that feels really cool.
Which Aurora is this? I believe MR. Not doing too bad.
Yeah, I would say so. The majority of the Aurora division is MRs, and then we've got one LN, I believe.
I gotta say, I find it kind of crazy. No one, this guy is, but not a lot of people have been turning off their shields and weapons, kind of draining a little bit of their power supply, taking away from the engines just that much.
You lose so much boost. You lose so much boost. It's not just like it's the regeneration of it. That's the most important part, because you have so many straightaways in this race. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to get the race lap up again. Let me get that one up for you guys so you can have a full look at the track. You can also have a full look at the track by going !Crux race. Also, don't forget to buy the Crux Cup merch. Available by going !merch.
Use your code CrossYouCan for 20% off. Not liable if the code doesn't work.
So here we go. Here's the track, guys. So we start off just at the end of Kaplan. You turn right towards Providence. Through that one, turn right towards Shimura. Right on Rubber Ducky Pass all the way to Milford. And then through Milford and into Gentleman Mile. And Gentleman Mile is where a lot of the speed happens. That's where you're going to be seeing people pass each other for the most part, just before they hit back to Kaplan. You can also see that we've got the little spaceport section cordoned off, so that is for people doing their refueling. which people will have to do. There's maybe only 1 or 2 ships in the race today that won't have to refuel. The majority of ships are going to be refueling once every 3 or 4 laps or so.
Looks like racers finishing their first lap here.
The orientation
it sounds
lap,
amazing from down here, Mr. Croncy.
Or has the lap begun? Maybe. Wait. Has the race actually begun now? I didn't get any word for it, but it does look like maybe it has started. Yeah. We do have a timer up in the top left there, so it does actually look like it started. So sorry, guys, but welcome. The race has begun.
Crux
Cup,
race
ladies
time.
And
gentlemen.
Here we go. So we should be actually, now that we're at 2 minutes 50, we actually should be seeing some lap times come in about 30 seconds or so.
Well, most of these racers are finishing their first lap there, Mr. Croncy. So got to loop around. Right now, it looks like Trucker in the first place lead, whether it's on the first lap or the second.
There we go. We have our first lap time already. Black Maze with a 3 minute and 8 second faster than his fastest time during the qualifiers.
Just coming in second right now with a 3:12. We got Canadian Maverick with 3:13 and Data Machine with a 3:14. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can notice all 4 ships are Drakes, and I'm assuming Heralds as well.
Yeah, we got Heralds across the board there.
Times than we saw in the qualifiers.
Yeah, so already crazy competition. So these are the players to look for the entire race. So we have Black Maze, Osashas, Canadian Maverick, Data Machine, Diplomat, Energiel, and Cat 740 have all completed their very first lap. All between 3 minutes 8 seconds, 3 minutes 48. And there we go. We also have Strazik. So Strazik is in the Arrow in the ACRUX division. And we're seeing a 3:51 for their first lap.
TS4 teams consist of 2 people for the Crux Cup. Here we go. We got Diplomat coming at you guys with 3:24. We got Energy right behind with the 3:25. Cats with a slower time at 3:30. Red Wolf coming at you with a 3:48. Strazik with 3:51. Numinos with 3:58. And here we're going to start seeing our sub 4 numbers. With Aiden VK coming at you guys with 4:14, our first 4-minute lap.
It is worth noting, guys, with these people that Diplomat and Red Wolfwood are both in the open division, whereas the majority of the top of those players, I think everyone from Strazik up, other than those 2 players, are in the ACRUX. All right, we've got a couple more players finishing. We've got Epic Wink. That's our player in the Hawk with a 4 minute 44, and Akamaru in an Arrow with a 4:48. OT the Missile in an M50 with a 4:57. That is crazy. These are some fast times. 3 minutes 8 seconds. That might be current world record, if I'm not mistaken, 4 laps of on this track.
The 3:08 is pretty damn good.
It's
I'll
so
give you
fast.
guys a view. Seeing these racers go through these checkpoints, it doesn't look fast from the bird's eye view, but when you're down here on the front lines, these guys are going max speed.
Yeah, it isn't great. Oh, here we go. We got a shot of the Reclaimer from Sigelian, absolutely demolishing his frames. But there you go. The Reclaimer is making an effort. You love to see it.
What an absolute beauty. Taking frames wherever it goes. Reclaiming salvage and people's GPUs.
Half the time I can't respond to what you're saying because I'm just laughing. You're on point with your wit today, 100%.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's the tequila.
I would have had some tequila, but it is well, it's not early morning anymore, but it's early morning for me.
Hey, just pretend you're in my time. 9:48
True.
yesterday.
Get me some shots. Let's have a look at Euro Trucker, see how he's going at the moment. And while we're having a look at that, I'm going to check some more race timers. So, I believe the last person I said was OT the Missile. It looks like I can only look at the top 16 on the race results leaderboard.
Yeah, we just got to wait for it to roll over. Right now, 3:06 being our fastest lap time, ladies and gents.
Oh, we do only have 16 laps finished. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
We go in 16th place, guys. We got OT the missile with a 4:57. Here we're gonna start seeing our sub 5-minute laps. The first 17 of these racers. Oh, 7 minutes. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, we have Shopee with a 6 minute 55 with an M50. No Auroras have crossed yet. I haven't checked the Aurora. I'm not sure what times we should expect for that. We got our second laps. Oh my god, a 3-minute 6 from Black Maze.
Looks like
what is going on?
Up. He's getting faster and faster. Don't forget, the faster he goes, guys, eventually he will have to take a pit stop to get some more fuel. I guarantee you he is burning through that hydrogen.
Yeah, if we don't see a pit stop from him by the end of this lap, it'll almost definitely be, it'll 100% be next lap. But that is crazy. Those are some massive speed improvements from last week. We also got Canadian Maverick, got a 3:11. Data Machine got a 3:12, and Diplomat with a 3:15. It looks like the second lap for the top 5 players so far was a lot faster than their first. We're seeing the Arrow got the second lap, a little bit of a time increase on their previous one, so 3 minutes 45. So it can do some pretty fast laps. Someone was mentioning in chat earlier that it looks like the Arrow can probably do 5 or 6 laps before it needs to refuel, which is a fair bit better than the Herald. So the question is, does it make up for it in the time difference? I'm going to look at Sigillion. 100% TS for us. This race is not just about speed. A large portion of it is about refueling and minimizing that time.
How far you want to push your next lap versus your ship falling down. The big, beautiful gas giant that is Crusader.
Yep. Bucky, we have a large group of people, 10 or so. If it's more than that, don't kill me, please. But we have a bunch of officials on the tracks themselves, actually keeping track of the times, and then they're just feeding that information to us.
It does take quite a bit amount of people to get this race together, not only with the race officials, but also the cameraman and the host as well.
Yeah, exactly. We have several cameramen, myself and Henkin, but I mean, we'll do this anyway. It's good fun.
I'd have my Saturday no other way, Mr. Croncy.
It's Sunday. What are you talking about, weirdo?
It is for you.
Whoa, that's a nice view. Is that a Herald? What is that? What is that? I can't tell.
That looks like an M. Oh no, that's a Herald.
Oh, was it a Herald?
I almost guessed M50 because of the wings, but it's a Herald. They've got those stubby little wings spread down the middle.
Yeah.
Camera work, I gotta say, by our cameraman here.
Yeah, that looks great. That looks really good. This is Captain Reaper. Well done.
Another Herald. Rocking a green skin.
All right, let's have a look at the race timer. We've gotten third laps coming in. Black May's got a 3:07 in his previous lap. Still lap leader. Canadian Maverick with a 3:13 for his third lap. Cats with a 3:22. NGL with a 3:22. Data Machine with a 3:12. Oh no, they're still on their second lap. Or we haven't got the information for their third lap. But it's just, maybe they're refueling, possibly.
I will notice every single profile of the Herald, they seem to go through these laps in the same orientation. But maybe there is something to the next turn guys are prepping for.
Yeah, definitely something about the thrusters that, favor certain orientations as he goes through these platforms. Diplomat has completed his third lap. It was a 4:05, so quite a bit slower. That could have been a refuel. I don't think it would have taken much longer than 50 seconds to do the whole refueling, so we might have seen a refuel there.
We got Black Maze coming back through this tunnel as well, burning through.
Do we have a view for Black Maze? I don't think we do.
Yeah, right now he's about to pass me.
Oh, really? Well.
And there he goes. With that Drift ACR,
beautiful sight.
CNAPE, and Troster right behind.
Love to see it.
Ooh, I don't think we have a pit lane camera. I could move my Connie over if you guys want.
I can't see a pit lane camera. If you want to, yeah. It'd be nice to have a
move
look
out.
at. Here we go. Do have a view of the Reclaimer. This is Pit Viper.
Oh, you can just
Heading
tell that thing is
into-
moving.
Yeah.
It's going nowhere fast. You can see here tactically taking his shields off and his weapons offline, maximizing the power plant to push all available juice into the thrusters.
We also,
And
for
based
reference
off
chat,
his boost gauge, you can tell he's been pushing it.
oh yeah, for reference chat, there is no way that he's even completed one lap yet. We're probably about to see. They're still in the second straight, I think, just before you go into Gentleman's Mile. But you're not going to see much more speed than this. How fast are they going?
Well, to be honest,
80.
I wonder what kind of sacrifice he's taking, keeping that ship in VTOL versus trying to launch it full send with the engines in fly mode.
We have tried it. It is a bit different depending on the vehicle. Some vehicles are actually faster in VTOL, some are slower. Just depends on when you use it, because you can actually game the system a little bit. While the platforms are all more or less on the same plane, there's like maybe 100, 200 meters difference in height between a couple of them. So you can actually toggle your VTOL on or off and, you know, get a little bit of a speed increase as you're descending or whatever it might be. As, coming into Milford. We have 4th laps, it sounds like. Let's have a look at the race timer. Yep, Black Maze with a 4th lap. Previous lap was a 3-minute 25. But still very much in the lead. Canadian Maverick with a 3:12. Canadian Maverick hasn't been getting the crazy laps that Black Maze has, but very consistent. So far, Canadian Maverick is only 3 seconds behind Black Maze. That's kind of nuts. That's kind of crazy. And then Cats is a further minute behind Canadian Maverick.
Yeah, very close race times. Way faster than we were seeing on the qualifiers.
Yeah, it seems like they've done their practice during the week, which do 100% make sure you get your practice in during the week, or maybe they were holding back last week.
I have a small feeling it is the latter, not trying to show everybody off.
Yep.
What kind of speed they can get on the track.
Diplomat completing his 4th lap. He is about 1 minute and 13 seconds behind. So we do have some incident reports that we have missed. So, Zenip in Providence Tunnel got ship destroyed. They crashed into something and then caused a little bit of debris. So there is some debris on Rubber Duck Pass. Speedweed had a crash in Providence Tunnel as well. No massive issues there though. Data Machine in their 2nd lap crashed in Shimura Tunnel. Luigi in their 2nd lap had a crash in Kaplan Tunnel. Epic Wink ran out of fuel on lap 2, which is interesting. And Zenip crashed again, possibly? It's possible Zenip has crashed a 2nd time. Yeah, in Milford Tunnel. So we're seeing a lot of crashes.
I have a small feeling it's going to be a big thing tonight. People trying to push their fastest time, not really think about the next lap.
Yeah. There is, we've sort of mentioned this before, when you go through these tunnels, there are these little antenna sections that are actually sometimes really hard to see when you're coming up to them, because you just see this wall of construction in front of you and you're not exactly sure what's going on. And so if you're not aware of that, you're going too fast, you're not able to turn in time. So
that's where you got to get used to your race line there, Mr. Croncy.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you got one prepared and stick to it. The race claimer
with the bird's eye view. I'm working my way over to the pit lanes.
Nice. We do actually have a bird's eye view from Gentleman J, I believe. Where is there? Yeah, there we go. So here we have an actual bird's eye view.
Woo.
So on the right side there, where you can see the majority of the names, that is Kaplan. That is the start of the race. 17k AUEC, Jesus, a lot of money.
Racing not only being a dangerous sport, but also an expensive one.
Oh, we're seeing some people finally finishing their first laps. We have Shopee in the M50 has not completed their second lap yet. Oh, here we go. So Speedweed in a Herald took 16 minutes, but has finished a lap. Remember, we did do the crash announcement, so they had to go get their vehicle again. And Luigi in an Aurora MR with a 16:35. So we still are yet to see the Reclaimer complete a lap. I will say Euro Trucker, currently on lap 3, has finished 2 laps already. So if you were doing the bet of Hercules v Reclaimer, I got bad news for you. Looks like the Hercules is going to get there.
Who could have guessed here on the home planet of Orison that the Hercules would have taken the lead there?
Is it possible there's some collusion going on in between Crusader and Hercules pilot?
Collusion. I wonder if his fuel seems to cost just a little bit less than the Reclaimer.
Speaking of, sorry, I do have to mention this because it was freaked me out as I was watching the Starset live yesterday. Quantum is apparently coming into 317, and it's going to be affecting refueling, like hydrogen fuel, quantum fuel, and I believe one other thing. Yeah, just wanted to mention that. That's kind of insane. That's kind of dope. That's big news. Antennas have the highest kill count. Not surprised. Like I said, they come out of nowhere.
I don't know, Euro. Grimhex Asteroids seem to have taken the cake.
Fair enough.
I believe they were the first to receive the Vandal helmet from the kill event.
I got a question for you, Hankin. Where would you like to see a race where you haven't seen one before? Either ship or ground.
I know exactly where I'd love to see a race on board my goddamn Kraken once it's out in game.
Ooh, PTV racing?
PTV circuit. First official. Kraken
coming to
race.
A server near you.
That's right.
All right, looks like we've got some 5th laps coming in. Have you got the race timer up, Hankin? Do you want to read them out?
I do. I can just go off yours. Right now, we got Black Maze on his 5th lap with 306 as the fastest lap. We got Diplomat 5th lap at 315. Canadian Maverick. Oh, give me 1 second here. We got 13th place. Odie the Missile with his 4th lap at 440. We got Osashes in 14th place with his 4th lap at 309. 15th place, we got Data Machine at 3 and 12. 16th place, so we got Epic Wink with his 2nd final lap at 424, being his.
And a reminder that Epic Wink did crash, so
that's all right.
Not super surprising. Yeah,
of course.
So they're gonna have some
25th
slow
place
laps.
right now. We got Vahoots with his first completed lap coming at you with 904. We got Ludi with 1635 and Sammy Titan with a 1758, finally finishing their first lap.
That is the Hurricane. That is Sammy Titan in the Hurricane finishing the first lap. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there because I feel like the Hurricane is not the slowest thing. But we don't have any penalties. Maybe it's just bad in atmosphere. Doesn't work too well. But we'll see. So yeah, oh, there we go. Black Maze just got his 6th lap as well. So Black Maze is now on 20 minutes and 1 second for 6 laps. Fastest lap is that 2nd lap, 3 minutes and 6 seconds that we saw. Did just do a pit stop in more or less 2 laps ago. And then we just saw a 307. That is super consistent. That is very, very consistent. It looks like Diplomat has passed Cats. Where is Cats? Oh no, Cats is way down. Looks like Cats hasn't completed a lap for a while. Yeah. So yeah, Diplomat
just coming in. We got Pit Viper first completed lap with 20 minutes and 30 seconds. Looks like the Reclaimer finishing its first circuit.
Love to see it. I mean, if we see 3 full laps of the Reclaimer, I'll be happy. I just
want to see how long he got until he's got to refuel.
Apparently, he doesn't need to. From what I've been told, it is okay. It doesn't need to refuel for the entire race. So, yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Fuel needed for Black Maze?
He's going to make up those times. All these people having to stop it and refill gas. Not the Reclaimer.
Look at that view. Captain Reaper, what are you doing? This is beautiful.
Crossy, I'm literally watching the Reclaimer go across my screen. It looks like a download in the 90s using dial-up internet.
Yeah, I just maximized you. And it also helps that I've got you on like a low quality.
Look at it go.
Yeah.
Look at it
That's
go.
fantastic.
It is going. It's doing its best. Look at that thing travel.
Oh, man. Love the
Pulling
Reclaimer.
speeds unprecedented in this atmosphere.
I feel like the Reclaimer is the only slow ship that we have today, which is a little disappointing. Would have loved to see some Starfarers, some moles.
I gotta say, honestly surprised we haven't seen a single Argo cargo.
Yeah. Where's Astropub when you need him? All right, we have a couple more incidents reports, I believe. So here we go. So in lap number 3, Cat 740 had a crash. Ship destroyed, landing failed. So they were actually trying to refuel at the time. It did not go well for them. So that's why they've been pushed down a couple of spots. We have Zollner in lap 1, crashed in Kaplan Tunnel. And we have Wahots also crashing in Kaplan Tunnel. Interestingly, Neojet got a did not finish and apparently has a crime stat. With the note, we'll have to bust him out after the race. So there might be a...
That's going to be the longest lap we've seen during the Crux Cup.
I feel like if you could do a character reset fast enough, you could get back here and finish at least one lap.
There was a player that did attempt a reset.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Well, here we go. So it looks like Canadian Maverick has gotten ahead of Diplomat. Now remember, Diplomat's in the open division, but it's still, they're running the same vehicle. You still want to be position 1 regardless. So yeah, Canadian Maverick is now... Oh, well, I don't know where they are now because Black Mage has just finished his 7th lap with a 3-minute 15. We'll probably see Canadian Maverick come through not too far behind.
You could see him getting kind of comfortable in this race line as well. Probably trying to conserve fuel a little bit. Really pushing it hard on the first 2 laps there.
Yeah, exactly. Getting in a good position right at the start there is fantastic. Especially like they're all in the same ship for the most part in these top positions. So you don't have to worry too much about when you're taking pit stops. Most people are going to be taking pit stops at the same time. Though I do wonder how often they practice their pit stops for maximum speed. There we go. Canadian Maverick with the lap number 7, now on a 23:48. So that is if I quick maths, that is, what, 31 seconds? 31 seconds behind? Definitely time can be made up there. It's going to depend on a Black Maze, though. With the fastest time, it's going to be hard. And let's have a gander at Neojet. Let's see how Neojet's doing in jail. Looks like Neojet trying to do some mining, getting out of jail. It's all part of the race, guys. I don't know if they're still technically considered in the race or not. Maybe not. They might have been, because they did get a DNF, might be considered disqualified. Oh, Zollner is respawning. That's concerning. You're a trucker. How's the Hercules going? Oh, beautiful sunset as well. Well-timed sunset.
Here we go. Get a view from the pit lanes here.
Looks like we're going to race into the night. We might just... It looks like the race will probably finish maybe in, twilight or so. As Orison does have quite a large day-night cycle. But we are in a very nice afternoon site here. Oh, there goes Black Maze. Screaming past Euro Trucker. That is unfortunate, Zollner. As I said, it is Star Citizen. All the competitors are aware that, things might happen when you die or whatnot. But it's all for fun. This is all free as well. So like we said, make sure you if you see Echo Bit, give him a shout. Algored, Gentleman J, anyone who's been helping, Sigelian, Hankin, make sure you show him some support.
It's a lot of people to put this event together, guys. They've done an amazing job.
And I'm sure we'll see this again. That would make avoiding those antennas super hard. Go
ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the antennas tend to have lights on the end of them. So, kind of. But if you take the turns a little wide, you should be fine, usually.
Again, I reiterate race lines, ladies and gentlemen. That is why they do the qualifiers. Really want to follow the line you have created. No antenna the first time. I guarantee you no antenna the second time.
Yep.
All right, I got a view from the pit lanes here. Looks like I got a crime staff from trespassing on government property, but that is the reporter's job, ladies and gentlemen.
Enkin is a criminal. Don't ever let him forget that.
Welcome to the pit lanes.
Yep. Sort of, Bucky, there's a lot of things that you can do in a race like this to increase your performance just to be able to race. The biggest governing factor and sort of one of the things that we're really hoping fixes with 317 is desync.
Yeah.
You need $20,000 computer.
Best performances things you could do for this game is 128 gig RAM, maybe a 3090 overclock, and top of the line CPU. What some of these racers do have as an advantage.
But do also make sure that you're daisy chaining like 12 computers together, just to make sure you got the processing power
at the same time.
There we go. We can actually see right now just how fast these pit stops are. We're watching Canadian Maverick right now. Goes in, refuels before the gates are even like already open again, already out. Super, super quick.
Yeah, I landed by the big ships. Keep an eye on the Reclaimer and the Hercules.
So we have had 8th lap completed by Black Maze and Canadian Maverick. So Black Maze still very much in the lead. Got a last lap of 3 minutes 12 and 26 minutes 30 seconds overall. Canadian Maverick now 33 seconds behind. We lost a little bit of time there, but that is still incredibly close. I'm excited to watch these guys. Diplomat and Strazix in the Arrow has completed lap number 7. Last lap 5 minute 20. So I think the Strazix might have finally completed a refueling most likely, but doing a lot better than I was expecting the Arrow to do. Once again, the Herald's got the speed, but the Arrow has the fuel. And Diplomat still very much in hand in the open circuit. So behind Diplomat in the open, we have Red Wolfwood also in a Herald. Currently after 6th lap completion on a 23.27. So a little bit slow this 7th lap for Red. Here we've got Cat's View. It's a little bit distorted, but there you
maximum frames, maximum performance. Giving us the 160p right now. One thing you'll notice, guys, notice his boost gauge. He is pushing the thing to its limits.
Oh, there we go. Quality dipped back up a little bit. Weirdly enough, not using the boost as much as I would have expected. So definitely choosing the spots to use it.
He's at half gas right now, and I believe he did have a pit stop about a lap ago. Playing the smart game here, though, removing the quantum drive weapons and shield. Oh, nope. He's running his shield right now. Gotta say, pretty confused about that.
It's probably fine, as long as that shield was put up before they messed around with the power triangle. It's probably fine. But we'll see what happens.
So I just
noticed here you go. You can sort of see the antenna right here.
Flight suit.
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't really need a flight suit on Orison.
The tactical medical gown. One of the best suits.
You got to make sure you've got as little weight on your ship as possible.
Gotta love his racing line as well. Kind of pushing it close to the edge of the tunnel there.
Yeah, for sure. It is worth noting.
Those little seconds.
The tunnels are a little larger than you might expect, guys. Like I said, an Idris can fit through these tunnels. Like, the Idris will barely fit, but it does fit through these tunnels. We've seen, obviously, the Reclaimer and the Hercules going through these tunnels. But it can be tight, and it can be deceptive. There's not much for you to look at to get sort of a sense of size as you're traveling through them. So unless you've done the practice, done this race a bunch of times, You might end up in a bad spot. Oh, speaking of the Hercules.
Here it comes. Beautiful. Majestic. Supreme.
Definitely won our hearts. Definitely won our hearts. Speaking of winning hearts, how's Trotster doing? Let's have a look at Trotster. So this is the constellation. Let's see where he is position-wise. Trotster. There we go. So Trotster currently in 18th position. Lap number 4 completed. 28 minutes and 23 seconds.
Looks like running a cruise control and no boost right now. But going probably for the long endurance here. Knowing boost probably eats just enough gas to force them into a refill.
It's also possible. I don't think the Constellation turns necessarily well in this atmosphere. So yeah, there we go. So using the boost to actually get a sharper turn. True, not running VTOL. But yeah, using that boost to actually get a sharper turn into the platforms.
Saving his hydrogen boost for the tunnel. And look, he has drained the entire thing. So yeah, doing it pretty tactically here.
So as he comes into Gentleman Mile, you'll probably see him use some just to get a little bit extra speed. Running at about 250-ish meters a second currently. And then, yeah, just using that boost to turn. Not a bad idea for some of the slower vehicles. Here we have Epic Wink in the Hawk. Epic Wink is currently in 17th position with 4 laps completed. Part of SCA Flying Space Pancakes.
Hawk's not doing as bad as I expected, to be honest. You know, it is a low SCM speed ship, even top end reaching, I believe, a little over 800. This thing's doing all right, and if you'll notice, his hydrogen fuel is peaked.
True. So fresh off the pads. Let's see, what have we got new here in our incident reports? Alrighty, looks like in a Resma in lap number 1 had a crash with another ship and got a warning. Pit Viper had a did not finish. That is the Reclaimer, I believe. So there might have been an issue with the Reclaimer, unfortunately. Energy in lap number 6.
Filling up. I wonder if he got stored.
Ooh, maybe. Perhaps. Energy in lap number 6 crashed in Providence Tunnel. Wahots in lap number 1 again. The ship hangar was angry, is the incident, apparently. I'm not exactly sure what that means. But there's an issue there. Red Wolfwood had a crash, ship destroyed in lap number 6 in Providence. And Epic Wink, who we're watching actually right now, had a crash with another ship in lap number 4 in Providence Tunnel. Apparently the Reclaimer had to go to work. Fair enough.
Saturday.
Look, you gotta make them bucks, you know? Gotta make them big bucks. So we are about halfway through the race now, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna see. Hopefully, I'm hoping a little bit of a fight between Canadian Maverick and Black Maze.
Some of these racers could be saving it for the last few laps as well. You have noticed the increase in lap times from the qualifiers. I could see something popping out in the last few laps as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think like Black Maze just needs to coast it, right? He's doing a fantastic job with his fast laps, doing a fantastic job with his pit stops. From what I've seen, his pit stops have been a lot faster than everyone else's as well. So he just actually had a pit stop, 4 minutes, 21 seconds, compared to Canadian Maverick, who also seems to have a pit stop of 4 minutes, 24 seconds. And that 3-second difference every single lap, that's going to matter a lot.
I wonder if some of these racers are not maximizing their fuel intake and just kind of taking off at a certain amount of fuel, knowing, hey, I'm going to have to come back in 2 laps anyway. Why spend the extra few seconds filling up the tank?
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look. Who is currently winning the Aurora division? That's what I'm interested in. Looks like Steve CC, currently in the lead of the Aurora division with an Aurora LX, has completed lap number 4. And that is interesting. Because everyone else is running an MR.
Plus 10 horsepower.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. Everyone else is running an MR, but the LX is actually the one that's out in front.
I believe the LX and the LN, the Legionnaire, are the top two lines of the Aurora class. Yes, coming near the bottom.
I will say, though, right behind them, Vandell in an Aurora MR, only 6 seconds total between the two of them. These guys are right on top of each other. I'll see if I can get a view.
That was Auroras.
Yeah, so that is Vandell and Steve CC. Do we have a view for either
Proving
of those
once
players?
again, that starter ship has more than meets the eye.
Oh, there we go. Looks like we have a Vandell look. There's Vandell there, and you can already see, like, barely any of their hydrogen's been used. I'm not sure how often these ones have had to be refueled, but doesn't look like that much.
Gotta love those ship engine sounds.
We have our first 10th lap completions as well. And we're getting closer. Black Maze and Canadian Maverick, once again, both right on each other. Black Maze got a 3:27 last lap, but Canadian Maverick pulling it out in the second half of the race with a 3:09. Now only 20 seconds behind Black Maze. That is time that can be made. I mean, even in those 2 laps there, like the laps between them, that is a full 18 seconds of difference. So, yeah, this is far from over. At this stage in the qualifiers, Black Maze was far ahead of everyone. And he is winning right now, 100%. But so Maverick's making it hard.
He's holding back a little bit.
Apparently refuel every 2 to 3 laps for the Aurora. There you go. Why is it every time I look at Captain Reaper, the Hercules is coming through? How am I timing it this perfectly? Every
Beautiful.
time.
So majestic.
Oh, it looks beautiful. Captain Reaper, you need to tell me what your computer specs are after this, because
What they
I
need
don't know
to
what you're doing.
do
It looks great.
is leave the bottom, back and front hanger of the C2 open, allowing the heralds to go through the Hercules.
Get a little bit of a speed boost because you're not technically in atmosphere while you're in there.
Exactly.
Are you risking crashing? Of course you are, but hey, it's part of the race.
You ain't first, you last.
Yep. Oh man. Now I need to watch Talladega Nights after this.
Beautiful.
One of the Auroras? Yeah, that's one of the Auroras coming through.
Like synchronized swimming, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that thing go. As aerodynamic as a cinder block.
As we're approaching nighttime on Orison as well. Last few laps look like they will be proper nighttime, but we'll see what happens. A look at Sigillian.
Big through with the Connie.
Just love the look of the clouds every time you're on Orison. Right
Like
at the end of the
painting.
day. Oh, beautiful.
Really makes you wish for Star Citizen VR.
All right, let's have a look at Aiden. What is Aiden running with us today? So many races, I keep forgetting them. So Aiden is actually in 6th position and is in the open with an arrow. So just behind Diplomat. Currently has completed 8 laps, 32 minutes 54. But Diplomat into his 10th lap now with a 36.25. Vandell used to be one of the top Aurora HUD. No, sorry. Vandell used to be one of the top Aurora racers in the old Crux Cup Aurora Classic. Oh, there you go. We got a bit of a we got a pro in our midst. And his name is Crunchy. I mean, what's going on? As we are about in the halfway mark, I'll tell you what, guys, we'll give you a little rundown of what's happening today, what's happening with the Crux Cup. So, yeah, this is the Crux Cup, the oldest, as far as I'm aware, the oldest sort of like semi-professional racing event in Star Citizen. what we are doing is we have 3 divisions. So they're all racing at the same time. We have 3 divisions: the ACRUX division, the Open division, and the Aurora division. They have 1 hour to... Yeah. They have 1 hour to complete as many laps as possible, in as fast as they possibly can. But the big thing about it is that it does involve refueling. There is a lot of these fast ships that, yeah, they can complete some very fast laps, but for 1 hour, no, they can't race that long. So there are pit stops involved. The ACRUX division, which is the hyper competitive, like bring whatever your fastest ship is event. That one, you're going to see people usually every 2 or 3 laps, maybe even 4 laps of pushing it. They're going to be doing refueling. But you can see some of the larger ships in the Open might not refuel once during the course of the entire race. And the Auroras sounds like they're refueling once every 2 or 3 laps as well. And
speaking of refueling, C2 just landed.
C2 just landed. Let's have a gander.
Getting some fuel.
Where
as you guys can see in my view, he is just under Sammy. Instead of 3,600 meters away, he is right in front. It looks like he is refueling. 19K refuel cost. So he's pushing about 50,000 just in hydrogen fuel, ladies and gents, for the 4 or 5 laps he has completed.
Hopefully Eurotracker wins some of the UEC prizes. But what about the other prizes you might be wondering about? Well, I like breaking Henkin's voice. So let's have a gander at the prizes, shall we? Whenever you're ready.
I'll send it. All right, for the ACRUX division, ladies and gentlemen, first place, we have all consolidated Outlands flyyables, 6 ships, including LTI. In second place, for the Crux Cup, we have Nomad Hover Quad with LTI. For third place in the Crux Cup, we have Hover Quad with LTI, each team member receiving a prize. For our Open division, first place, we have the Gladius with LTI. Second place, 100i with LTI. And in third place, Hover Quad with LTI, each team member receiving a prize. For our last and final, and some would say the best division, we have the Aurora division. First place with the Aurora LN and Hover Quad with LTI. Second place, Aurora LN with LTI. And third place, Hover Quad with, you already guessed it, LTI. Each team member receiving a prize. First place on the Aurora division being, surprisingly, the Aurora that is leading in race times as of now.
Currently, yeah.
Ahumahi Rain 2952 Crux Cup. Prize.info.
So yeah, that's what people can win for participating in this race. So we've still got the view of the Hercules here. Let's do a quick update on a couple of things. So first, we got some more incident reports. Sammy Titan in lap number 3 crashed in Kaplan Tunnel. Wahot in lap number 2 crashed in Kaplan Tunnel. I believe that's a couple of crashes for them, so they've actually gotten a warning now. And then Shopi in lap number 3 also got a crash in Providence Tunnel. And quit to desktop, apparently. So they've got to fully restart. Hopefully,
we'll say the Hurricane just refueled and is back in the race.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Looks like some of the ships being able to refuel on the larger paths and the others about 3,000 meters away from this one, perhaps giving a small advantage or disadvantage to the racers.
I wonder if we've had any issues with too many people trying to refuel at once. Because it could definitely happen. We have 31 races currently on the board still. And that's a lot. If a bunch of them go to refuel at the same time. Pretty crazy.
Makes you really think what 317 will bring with a refuel mechanic coming from the Starfare and Starfare Gemini.
Ooh, I am a little concerned. I'm just looking at the lap times here. So Black Maze has gotten his 12th lap. His last lap was 7 minutes and 18 seconds. That sounds like a respawn to me. And then Canadian Maverick has not yet completed his 12th lap. And remember, he was only it was only like 20 or so seconds behind Black Maze. So I'm really curious to see what happened there. Maybe we had a crash between the two of them. Because 7 minutes, that's very far. That's not just a refuel. That's a crash, I think.
You know,
this also means
hopefully with the Starfare, I can just give you maximum fuel. Just end up dumping half of it. But I wonder if that will increase your lap time. Oh,
Maybe.
and Euro Trucker is off. The C2 is going, as you guys can see on my screen, and he's back in the race, ladies and gentlemen.
Off to complete his 5th lap.
So majestic, so beautiful.
So Diplomat's still in the lead in terms of the Open. However, he also has not completed a lap in some time. NVK currently second in the Open division with a 44.31. Something has happened between these 3 races, I feel. Oh, there we go. We got a finish from Canadian Maverick, 12th lap. Currently, what's that? About 40 seconds behind Black Maze. I'm really curious to see what happened there. Hopefully, we'll get an interview at the end of the race between the winners. And we'll find out what happened. These guys should not be doing laps that long.
You know, racer fatigue does seem to set in here. Honestly, we're about 47 minutes in. A lot of these guys are probably starting to get a little tired, especially nighttime setting in at Orson. It just sets that bedtime vibe.
100%. This is the time, though. This is the time to get your last seconds in. With only, 12 minutes left in the race, maybe you'll squeeze one more lap in right at the end. You don't have much more opportunities. Make sure you're sticking to your lines. Make sure you're not crashing.
Viper with that claimer. Fingers crossed he can actually complete his second lap there.
I believe Pit Viper is out of the race. Pit Viper is no longer racing. Is that to
And
go
the
to work?
reclaimer has been reclaimed.
The Maverick passing Vandell right now. Heading out of the... I believe that's the start line. You can actually see Black Maze right there. Not too far away, honestly. About 15 kilometers away. And these ships go fast. 15 kilometers is 30 seconds. So... And it looks like Black Maze and Cats are actually right next to each other. I think Cats is a couple of laps behind. But these guys are right next to each other right now. Where is Cats? Cats currently in 10th position in the ACRUX division with 8 laps and a total of 36 minutes. So hasn't completed a lap since, possibly. We might be getting late information. Maybe? Or, oh no, Cats, I think Cats had an incident, actually. Semi-recently. There might be an instance as well, chat, where once the race ends, we might have to wait for a couple of last-minute updates. Like I said, you never know when maybe something was missed, a lap was miscounted, or anything like that. Our officials are human, I think. From what I've been told. But hopefully,
let to believe.
Oh, look how close they cut it to that antenna. That's nice. So Black Maze has gotten around past Cats here. You can just see just how much faster Black Maze is taking these lines, using his boost. Black Maze went from behind Cats to in front of Cats with like 2.5 kilometer lead. In a period of about 10 seconds. We sort of do Ray McAvoy. So we have officials around the track keeping track of lap times and incidents and whatnot. They are in ships, but they're not in the ships of the competitors.
You will notice 10 Cup as we switch through the camera views. Some of the officials are as well cameramen.
Exactly. So let's have a look. We can look at Captain Repo, who's got a great view here. We've got Sigelian giving us some nice views. And then we've got EchoBit. So EchoBit, like I said, is the primary organizer of the event. And I do believe he is the one taking down all of the lap times as well. So a busy job with this many competitors.
Not only for the officials, but also the CIG servers.
Mm-hmm. So Black Maze and Canadian Maverick did finish... Oh, no, they were already on their 12th laps earlier. Looks like they're getting a slow 13th lap. I'm not sure what's happening there. Diplomat finished his 11th lap with a 47 minute 12 seconds. Oh, we have... I just noticed. Sorry, I'm just looking at fastest laps. Osasha's has a 2:59, apparently. I don't know if that is necessarily accurate. We did have some issues last week with some of the faster laps. I think, 7 seconds off the previous fastest lap is probably possible. So Osasha's might leave today with the best lap.
At Aurora, proving time and again to be the A1 racer for this cup. What I wonder, Crossy, is how many of these racers will pick, faster lap time in their final versus refueling.
Oh, I think you just go hard. If you're, unless you're Black Amazing Canadian Mavericks, pretty much, I think, you go as hard as you can right at the end. I think the only people, like everyone else... Actually, no, we do have the 2 Aurora players that are very close together. Let's actually just quickly, before I answer that, let's see how close they are. Aurora Division. The CC and Vandel. Yeah, they appear to... Oh, no, I maybe just haven't gotten a lap update from them for a while. It looks like I haven't got one from them since 32 minutes. So there might be something going on with our leaderboard, guys. So if you're looking at the top left, don't worry about it too much, I would say. Or the lap times are incorrect, maybe. We have a 53-minute timer in the top right there, but we've got, in my updates, we just got a 13th lap time for Black Maze, but that was a while ago. Maybe a reload. Never know when a reload will work.
Little tactical touch and go right there.
Yeah, it looks like my times that I'm receiving are either delayed or we're possibly waiting on some more results to come through. Because it looks like we're at the 54-minute mark. But the last lap completed by Black Maze was 47 minutes. Obviously, we'll get confirmation of all positions and everything at the end of the race, which we're coming close to. We're in the final laps. Is that Diplomat's making a pit stop? But watch how fast these guys complete these pit stops. It's kind of crazy. Look how fast it is. Doesn't even bother making sure he lands properly. Slams it. Gives it a couple of seconds. Watch that hydrogen rebuild. He's making sure there's no one behind him. And off he goes. Done. Just that fast. That is very, very fast. I wonder how much time is spent waiting to see what pad you're going to land in. We need the ATC to make sure that they know that we're racing here. There's the constellation the Trotster is running at the moment. We have a couple more incident reports. Data machine in lap number 6 crashed in Providence Tunnel. Trotster. I think he did it again. I have Trotster in lap number 5. Changed ship to Merlin from Connie. Absolute genius. And then was warned to change ship. So presumably changed back to the Connie again after a warning. Gotta say,
crowd favorite.
Goes for it again. That requires some bravery. That's for sure. That is hilarious.
I gotta say, probably one of the cooler things we've seen here at the Crux Cup.
Mm.
Not only driving your racing ship, separating your racing ship, and taking another racing ship.
Looks like we also have a do not finish from Shopee. And Luigi, during third lap, had a crash in Providence Tunnel.
I do like that even though it is nighttime, these tunnels are illuminated, giving you guys a lot better of a view of these ships passing through some of their final laps here.
Does make it look
With
quite nice. Looks like
4
we've got a herald
minutes
coming
in
through.
closing on our final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's going to take it home.
We will get confirmation that, like, once the actual laps are finished, like I said, there's something weird going on with the lap times. But the positions still seem to be accurate. So right now, as it stands, in our ACRUX division, Black Maze in first place position, Canadian Maverick in second, Osasha's in third, Strazik in the Arrow in fourth, Cats in fifth, Energy I in sixth, Data Machine in seventh, Speedweed in eighth. So that's for our ACRUX division. In the Open division, looks like we've got Diplomat in first, Aiden in second, Numenos in third, Arisma in fourth, OT the Missile in fifth, Drift ACR in sixth, Akamaru in seventh, Red Wolf in eighth, Epic Wink in ninth, Trotster in 10th, Euro Trucker in 11th. That is our fantastic Hercules. Zneep in 12th, Semi Titan in 13th, Shopi in 14th, and Pit Viper in a did not finish, but in 15th position. And then, of course, the Aurora division, Hankins' favorite division. Steve CC currently in first, Vandal in second, Neojet in third, Luigi in fourth, Salem Frost in fifth, Axior in sixth, Zollner in seventh, and Wahots in eighth. Look how fast these guys come through. Oh, there it is. Every time. There's the Hercules. I think he knows. I think he just cheats and goes back to this platform every time I'm looking at this perspective.
He's not even doing the lap, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, white flag has been called. So I do believe that means final lap? Or prior to final lap? This was explained yesterday, but I am very stupid.
I believe in the qualifiers, Croncy, we reached about 13 laps. I think one racer might have touched 14. With the white flag up, looks like 14 might be our cap today.
That sounds about right.
Looking good with a 313. Look at those 313, 434, and a 313, 782 coming down to the wire between Canadian Maverick and Black Maze.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. They're literally only like 37 seconds apart from each other. And they have been for the majority of the race. They've been super, super close. We even saw, like, there was opportunities. Canadian Maverick was trying to get back. We saw Black Maze have, like, a 3-minute 25 lap, and then Canadian Maverick pulled a 3:09 in that same time, trying to pull it back a little bit, but not sure it's going to happen at the end here. We could see Black Maze crash. It is technically possible. I don't think we will, but it could happen. And then that's Canadian Maverick's time to shine.
Pilots push it. They know this is the end of the race. They don't have to worry about gas. I think this is going to be the most fun lap anyone has done so far. But you got to remember, these pilots have been following their race lines for the entirety of the race. Any bit of a change here could mess those up and force a crash.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. 30k could happen. There we go. We have Black Maze completing his 14th lap with a 3:11. Still probably too fast for Canadian Maverick to catch up there, but it's still an amazing effort. Thank you, Red Monster. If you guys do want to watch the replays from this, I'll be checking it up on YouTube in about a day's time. So you'll be able to watch it all there. Including the incredibly scuffed beginning of the stream. It's been great.
It's pretty crazy in 6th place. Strazik with 10 laps total. I believe one of his laps were about 10 minutes. Yeah, 11:27 on the last lap. Holding that 10th place spot. Showing just how fast the other laps have been.
Yeah, got a huge crash in that situation, but got back to the spaceport, got back in. Which is kind of good. You only lose 7 minutes. Yeah, you're losing 2 laps there, but if you're in the open division, that doesn't matter as much. And still pulling out some amazing distance. Could possibly, if his last lap is fast enough, that I could actually put him ahead of Osasha's. But we will see what happens there. We're seeing these racers come in for their either finish line or final laps. Watching the Heralds. Watching the Auroras.
Majestic.
I was 100% convinced that Aurora was about to smash into the camera.
I thought the same thing.
Checkered flag. We have a checkered flag last lap, guys. Everyone's going to be completing their laps now. And that should mean, with a 30, math is hard. With a 38-second lead, I do believe Black Maze is going to be our champion for Crux Cup 29.52. Followed by Canadian Maverick, not too far behind. An absolutely fantastic effort from these guys. Some crazy good racing that we saw from them. We'll get some last minute entries and make sure that we've got the finishes correct. But it looks like Black Maze is going to be leaving with that fantastic prize. All those ships.
I believe a ship just went through the finish line backwards.
Now that's style. I think. Well, if they're going through backwards, do they lose a lap?
I don't know.
Like they completed 12 laps, go backwards now to 11.
Aurora?
All right, I'm gonna have to watch the clip
was
for
it
that.
backwards Herald? Yeah, it was a backwards ship.
That's one strategy.
Definitely
But
style
it'll take a while for these guys to complete as well. So you'll see the Hercules come in. I mean, we'll wait to watch the Hercules. I want to see the Hercules complete. I want to see it finish. It's not going to win any real prizes, but it wins our love.
wins the hearts of chat, the most important prize of all. I will say, a little disappointed in the Clash of Titans. The Reclaimer not pulling ahead as much as I thought it would have.
Yeah, it's just a bit too slow. As we saw when it was doing that initial lap, kind of topped out at like 80 meters a second. Even the Starfarer, the Mole, they'll go like 150, which is still quite slow, but they'll go through like 150 through these sections.
Considering the size of the Reclaimer, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I am surprised that I am surprised that it's still, from what I've been told, it doesn't need to refuel for the entire race. That's crazy. Something that large should not have that much fuel. Like, it should take that entire tank just to do one lap, I feel. Oh no, we got love for the Reclaimer, Captain No Pants.
Nothing but love.
Yeah. We're sad we didn't see it do better.
Mm-hmm. Was expecting a challenge to the C2. But what can you do? Orison, it's home court. C2 is built here. It knows how to handle the Atmo.
Yep. All right, let me see if we're getting any more information. All right, so still just waiting on a bit of an update for confirmation on where everyone placed. And it looks like we've still got a couple of races finishing their final lap. It looks like in the Aurora division, Steve CC and Vandal were still so close together. I don't know if they're still completing another lap. But they pushed it to 15 seconds difference. Which, for reference, they were like 5 seconds difference for the majority of the race. So, there's the Hercules.
Beautiful.
That's the
Majestic.
one we want to see.
Glorious.
And the crowd goes wild. Yeah, the two Auroras that were in the lead were only 5 seconds apart for the majority of the race. And then they managed to stick it pretty close to each other for the whole time. So that's impressive. Use the arm and clamp to the C2 to go faster. Nice. Yeah, this is Milford. I believe Sigelian is our Kaplan. Who's our Kaplan? Let me look from the top. I cannot tell. I want to do this race only at night. This looks really interesting only at night. with all the like lit up factory
Well,
areas.
I was gonna say a good portion of the track is illuminated. However, I feel like racers missing their turn probably get lost.
I feel like it's unlikely they'd miss their turn, but what you might actually end up being a problem is accidentally crashing into other races. Especially if like
Or
if you've
the
got something like
towers.
or the towers. If you got like a Hercules next to you or something, you're going to get into a situation where any ship around that Hercules is going to be hidden from your UI. So there you have it, guys. It looks like a lot of the races are heading over to the after party. They are doing an after party over at the bar on Horizon. While we once again just wait for those last bits of information.
So 15
Last
laps
absolute final laps.
from Black Maze. 15 laps.
15 laps.
With
Damn.
306 being the fastest so far, ladies and gents.
Yeah, so I would say this is the last bits of information coming our way then. We might... Actually, yeah, maybe this is just delayed. We might see 16th lap come through. If that timing is correct. Yeah, it's quite possible that they finish 16, maybe even 17 laps. Alrighty. While we are waiting, ladies and gentlemen, let's go through a couple more of these racer profiles. Some of these guys that completed some really impressive laps. So let's go to let's see who we've got. So we've done Cats, we've done Black Man. Let's do Canadian Maverick. Canadian Maverick absolutely crushed the race today. So Canadian Maverick competed in the ACRUX with a Drake Herald. His qualifying time was a 3:11, but we saw him get a couple of 3:09s today. And this was his debut.
Qualifying time at 3:11. Galactic Logistics. Canadian Maverick, what got you into racing? And have you raced in a Crux Cup before? Does your ship have a name?
When I originally backed the game in 2014, my pledge was the 325A with the intent to race. I let the game sit for a bit, and by time I go back into the game, no one way doing any racing in Arena Commander anymore. Sorry, a little hard to understand. I joined up with Galog and been waiting around for some community-driven ship racing. Galog, another massive member of the community.
Of course, Galag.co, the #1 place to go check out mining routes and trade routes. Galag.co, sponsored by... I forgot the name. What do you intend to do once the persistent universe launches?
Fly my BMM around from race to race so I can support my racing habit.
Wow, that's a massive ship. I guess the Reclaimer and C2 will have a competitor next year. Any claims to fame you own in Star Citizen World?
Yes, second place in the Crux Cup, 29.52.
Hey, that's way better than the answer written. Do you have a live stream channel or website you'd like to share?
All right, so he streams occasionally on twitch.tv/Canadian Maverick, and he's trying out some YouTube. The link is there. UCESDFIPYPKJJU255OHV1X2A. There you go. That's Canadian Maverick. So yeah, Canadian Maverick absolutely crushing it today. Once again, like I said, we're absolutely waiting on confirmation that all of our times are correct and whatnot, but it does appear that Canadian Maverick got second and was so close to getting to Black Maze. So an absolutely astounding effort. And got a 309. Like, that is not something to... It is something to be impressed by.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Comparative to the qualifiers, we're seeing unprecedented race times, ladies and gents.
Let's have a look at Vandell, shall we? So this is one of our Aurora competitors. So Vandell in the Aurora, Garden Interstellar Initiative, love the name, and had a qualifying time of 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Their best result was they were third in the Aurora division in the very first ever Crux Cup in 29:45, which is 2015 for those that are...
All right, Mr.
unknown.
Vandell. What got you into racing? Have you raced in a Crux Cup before? Does your ship have a name?
The Crux Cup Simpsons Donkey. Love it. Got me into racing when I couldn't afford a racing ship. My ship is called the Unsinkable. I can't remember numeral. What was that? LXX111? That 73?
23? 73? What is it now?
I think it's L's 50, right? Because C's 100. Right?
X is 10, so
73.
73?
73. I
Let's
think.
go with that.
Chattel,
What do you
Chattel
intend to
fix it.
do once the persistent universe launches?
Hop into my hull and see how fast it goes without cargo. Oh, I never thought about racing hulls.
Crux Cup
Ooh.
next year, ladies and gentlemen. Any
Hull
claim to
Cs.
actually, fill it up with helium. Forehead.
True.
Any claim to fame you own in Star Citizen World?
Well, they said none so far, but hey, you got third place in the Aurora division in 2945, so
Hey,
I
that
feel
is
like that is a
something.
claim to fame.
Anything you want to add or say to your fellow racers?
Don't hit me. Hopefully that happened. Hopefully you didn't get hit.
All right, same message as my stepdad. Do you have a racing story you're fond of, or does your character have a story to tell?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I once raced to my gate at LAX and noticed that I definitely need to lose some weight. Oh, you and me both, Vandal.
Hey, Standing Desk, use your code CRUNCYCAN for 20% off. Do you have a live stream channel or website you'd like to share?
Does not. But either way, very impressed, Vandal. Thank you very much for joining. I've gotten another time in, at least one more time. I got Canadian Mavericks 15th lap. They were a minute and 40 seconds behind Black Maze. So it looks like that difference between them did extend. I think we'll still be getting a couple more lap updates because they've just been slowly trickling in. There's maybe 1 or 2 laps left in our information. So let's have a look at another. Also, yeah, you fully broke me. I just didn't work anymore. Let's have a look at Red Wolfwood. So, Red Wolfwood was in the open class with a Herald. Team TAR, Team Aphelion Racing, had a qualifying time of 3:28. For reference, to get into the ACRUX division, if you wanted to use the ACRUX division, you need a time of faster than 4 minutes. So, definitely in there. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Red Wolf, Red Wolf Wood, what got you into racing? What have you raced in a Crux Cup before, and does your ship have a name?
So Black Maze and his YouTube channel piqued my interest in Star System racing, but I've always loved racing as a sport and love racing video games. I joined his XGR League Discord, and everyone was super nice. My first race in Star System was with XGR. It was a Cutlass-only race at Clear's Snake Pit, a really cool track. This is my first Crux Cup. My Herald is called Ivory Bullet. I like that name. That's a nice name.
Beautiful, and matches the paint job on the ship. What do you tend to do once the persistent universe launches?
I'm industry focused and help run the industry division in my org, Aphelion. The space money I make there doing salvage and mining will help me buy all the racing ships I need. Mwahaha.
There, I was going to say, finish the sentence. Any claims to fame you own in the Star Citizen world?
I pride myself in efficiently making space bucks doing anything industry related in the game. I'm a proud member of a small but very active org called Aphelion.
Interesting. Anything you want to add or say to your fellow Star Citizen racers?
Check out our YouTube channel. The channel name is Pappy. Search Pappy Star Citizen. So go check that out, guys.
Oh, I know Pappy. Do you have a racing story you're fond of, or does your character have a story to tell?
I have a small friendly rivalry with Euro Trucker. Oh, the crowd favorite. We often accidentally run into each other in every race we are both in. She better look in her C2's rearview mirror because I'm coming in hot. Fair enough.
Ooh la la. Do you have a live stream channel or website you'd like to share?
Aphelion.com, which, sounds like it's the org website. So go check that out, guys.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. So Red Wolf has done some good job today. Let me just have a look where they ended up. So Red Wolf was in the open division. Looks like they came around 8th in the Herald with 9, possibly 10 laps, if we're still getting possibly last laps, not 100% sure. Invisible debris, yes. Yeah, I heard there was a lot of invisible debris. Let's have a look at. We already did Euro Trucker. Drift ACR. Yeah. So Drift ACR also, just rated us, so feels appropriate. So was in the open with a Misc Razor. Team Prevail Gaming had a qualifying time of 4 minutes 21, not too shabby. And best Crux Cup result was a semi-finalist in 29:47.
All right, Mr. Drift ACR, which I used to think said drift car. What got you into racing, and have you raced in a Crux Cup before? Does your ship have a name?
Watching the M50 Galactic Gear commercial. Those are some classic commercials. I raced in a prior Crux Cup on the Rickford Memorial Track. I have a Razor, but it does not have a name. Well, you gotta name it now.
Gotta name it now. What do you tend to do once the Persistent Universe launches?
Racing, which is, I guess not surprising.
I expected. Any claim to fame you own in Star Citizen World?
Once again, we got to know, but hey, you got semi-finalist in Crux Cup 29:47. That is something to be proud of.
Short, sweet, and to the point. Anything you want to add or say to your fellow racers?
You are all fantastic, and glad we have a chance to race before the Murray Cup is implemented.
What a beautiful, heartfelt message. Do you have a live stream channel or website you'd like to share?
Twitch.tv/DriftACR. Make sure you go follow him, guys. Especially because he just
and
rated
subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to leave a comment below.
And make sure to upvote it on Dig. All right, I'm going to quickly see if we can get some confirmations, because I'd like to get some interviews with some of the top winners. Let's do a quick message to my boy Echo.
And bye.
He might be, once again, Echo was doing all of the times, so he might be doing the finalization of times.
I believe we have Echo on the line coming in.
All right, there we go. Sent a message.
You're live on the air.
I'm Echo Bit. Hello.
Man, why does everyone sounds just like you?
I don't know what you're talking about. Sounds fake. It's a conspiracy, I swear. Echo Bit equals Shy Croncy. Wow. Insulting the leader like that by
disqualified,
saying that he's related to me at all.
We're actually brothers in real life.
All right. It looks like we do have the final winners. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm in the ACRUX division, in first place position, we do have Black Maze. Absolutely crushing it. Completely beating all of the races, not just the ACRUX division, but getting first place position for everyone. So well done, Black Maze. Make sure you guys check out his YouTube channel, and we'll probably try to get an interview with him in just a moment. Canadian Maverick in second place position. Well done, Canadian Maverick. And Osasha's in third place for the ACRUX division. These guys absolutely crushed it. Well done, guys. In the open division, my boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Diplomat from Far Out Gaming, in first place position for the open division. In second place, Aiden VK with Flat Cats, and third place, Numinos with Red Wolfwood. That is the Aphelion Racing. Yeah, we just had a look at them then. And then, here you go. Your favorite one, Henkin. The Aurora division. We were watching the entire time, Steve CC and Vandell. Super, super close together. But it looks like Steve CC has just edged out and has won the Aurora division first place. Well done, XGR Red. In second place, Vandell with an extremely solid effort. Congratulations. And in third place, Neojet and Salem Frost. Some players that we actually know a lot from the ground races, actually. Well done, guys.
Congratulations to all the racers.
Congrats, guys. All right, I'm going to do a quick... I'm just messaging people constantly now. let's see if we can get an interview with some peeps. Diplomat, you're around. I know that you're around. Do you want to hop into Stream Team, or do I need to drag you in? Yeah, it's locked. Let me know if you're ready, Diplomat, and I'll drag you in, and we'll talk to you first. Yep, all right. Where are you? Right, there you are. Oh, it's too far. I can't drag you in. Someone drag Diplomat in. Or go into the lobby, then I'll drag you in. That might be easier. You can tell I'm good with Discord, can't you, Ankin?
Of course.
Oh, I can't drag him in because we're locked. No! Echo.
No, I'm trying to too.
Yeah, Echo.
Oh,
I think
I
we
can
did Echo
do
do it. There we go. All right.
I got more permissions than you. Hey,
You
Mr.
do.
Diplomat, welcome on in. Congratulations on today's race. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I'm sweating.
You're sweating. Bit nervous there, eh?
I could
Yeah,
only
I was-
imagine. Anything you want to say to your race fans here?
I don't know, man. Try out the Crux Cup. Start competing. It's fun.
I do have a question for you. So you absolutely crushed the Open, which I'm not surprised by. I've seen your work. You've crushed my world record attempts, you jerk. But I am curious why you didn't decide to go for the ACRUX. Do you just think it would maybe a little bit easier to get the Open, or?
So I like racing in the sense of going like just going the regular laps. Although I did get completely destroyed by Black Mace because he is really
Yep.
fast. And
His
I know-
times today were crazy.
Yeah, and I'm fairly new to racing. I've been in on some of the races, with Black Mace, and he's just so fast. I knew from the start I couldn't even compete. So
So decided
So what made
to
you
game
go
the
with your,
system. a bit.
ship today, by the way.
Yeah,
What was
what's with the Herald? What is with the Herald? Everyone's choosing the Herald. What's so good about it?
It's just
Crowd
so
wants
damn
to know.
fast. You can go over 600 when you boost, and you have like 470 regular speed. So it's like almost the same as an arrow boosting. It's just crazy.
Jeez. That's great. And like
Um,
the turnings are relevant? Because that's what I was concerned about. Is I thought when you were turning into these areas, it was just not going to pan out for you.
You gotta run sideways. That's the trick.
Fair
We
enough.
saw that on stream. Like everyone was running sideways.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah, Henkin did mention a couple of times as you will see people come through the platforms that
Same
were just
profile every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you come back next year?
I would absolutely, and next year I'm definitely gonna try out the ACRUX. See what I
Yes, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah,
Or the
seeing
Aurora.
the Herald pushing the top of the line at the ACRUX.
can.
That's about to move up.
Yeah, for sure. Anyone you want to shout out? Anything you want to shout out? I know there's a website that I definitely have never mentioned once, I swear, that you might want to talk about.
Well, of course, if you're into racing, check out scr.gg. It's like a speedrun community for Star Citizen. You can find all the major tracks from the Crux Cup to Atmo Esports and beyond. So check that out. Get some lap times in, especially your Crux Cup laps. And of course, I have to say thank you to Far Out and my teammate Snape, who had some issues, but he made it in the end. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's it.
Easy. Thank you very much. And if for chat purposes, you'll see him in chat every now and then as Gankin. But yeah, congratulations. Another win to put on the board for you.
Congratulations.
Why can't I drag people out? Go away. Get out of this channel. Not wanted. All right. All right. Let's see if we can message Black Maze.
I'll just
Just in case they don't want to get interviewed. That's all. And then who was the other one? Sorry.
That was a choice.
Like fair, but and then I'll just check who was the other. The other one is Steve CC. There's Steve CC and Black Maze. If we can chat to them.
Can't drag him. His name is too low.
I'll just tag him at Steve CC and at Black Maze. Wanna do interviews? Question mark. But yeah, super impressed today. These guys are absolutely crushing these races. Like I said, my experience has always been with ground races.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing these guys go through with like 3 minute 9 seconds as everyone else is doing a 3 minute 30 second, right?
Not
Like,
only that,
crazy.
on Orison, the
Yeah.
heaviest atmosphere we have in game. Pulling
Yeah.
times, hell, I can't even pull 3 minutes getting out of any other atmosphere of any other planet.
Yeah. It does feel like that sometimes. All right, let's drag Steve CC in here. Looks like he's ready for an interview.
All right, Steve.
If we can.
Let's
Or are we
take a
going to
look
have
in.
issues?
Hey, welcome, Mr.
Hey, how are ya?
Steve. How are you feeling after the race, good sir?
Steve, you there? You good? We may have lost Steve.
Oh, sorry, I had you muted from the qualifier.
That's right, guys. There is a little bit of a delay coming in. These people are down at Orison, and we are not there. Steve, how you feel after the race, good man?
Pretty good. That was a lot of fun. It was trying to drive in the slow lane as much as possible and not get hit by anything.
Yeah, for sure. Were you scared at all? So the entire time I'm reading these times come in, and Vandell is just on your ass the entire race. Was there any points where you were actually like scared, or you're like, nah, this is fine, all good, bro?
Well, there were, because we were running times pretty close to each other. So I think I lapped him one. There were a couple times we were running neck and neck, and you have to do the platform entry, and to do it fast, you have to do it, at a specific speed. So
Yep.
and most of the entries I was taking faster than Vandell, so it was like, how do I pass him safely? But yeah, it was
Question:
tough.
If
He was close.
if the C2 had a open ramp from back to front, would you have gone through the C2?
I would have slowed down and waited for it to get out of the platform, because that is just a recipe for getting an Aurora stuck in the C2.
Yeah, I feel like that's the correct answer. That's fair.
Plus, your trucker is
yeah.
running about 10 to 20 seconds faster than me anyway, so I think he'd have to slow down for me to fly through. But she'd have to slow down.
Mr. Steve, anything you want to say to your race fans out there?
This is the first time I've done one of these big races, and it was a lot of fun. I would say, if it sounds fun to you, do it. And just flying in the slow ship that everybody else is running, you're basically going pilot against pilot. So it's actually really competitive and a lot of fun, even though it seems like you're just in the slow ships. So you got to squeeze every ounce of performance out of the little rust buckets.
Is there a reason you chose the LX over the MR? Everyone else seemed to be jamming the MR.
Partly it's just it has a sweet red paint job, but after I was running practice, it's about a 1,000 kilogram later. I don't know, I forget.
Oh wow.
The MR is 27.5 and the LX is like 26.5. So
Yeah.
when you strip all the components out of the Aurora except a power plant and a cooler, the LX has about 0.5 Gs more acceleration than a fully loaded MR.
Oh geez, squeezing every bit out of it. Bloody hell.
Right from the horse's mouth, ladies and gents.
And flying decoupled, that was what I was doing. You can pull turns a little tighter with decoupled.
Yep.
If you can just manage to fight the gravity. So I think that was giving me an extra couple seconds when I was doing practice runs.
Oh yeah. Any particular reason you chose the Aurora division rather than the ACRUX or the Open?
Part of it, I really wanted to race the same ship as everybody else. I also tend to explode in doing races, so I thought maybe if I'm running something slower, it'll be easier to not explode. I liked the idea, of just racing the same ship as everybody else. So it sounded like fun, and it was.
Awesome. Anything you'd like to say to anyone? Anything you'd like to promote?
Not hugely. I'd say there's a website, scr.gg, out there, which has community-made tracks and leaderboards. You can post videos of your runs. So if you're interested in racing, you can get out to any of these spots in the PU and record a run, put it up, and folks will put you on the leaderboards. It's super fun.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations on your win, and hopefully we'll see you at next year's Crux Cup.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks for streaming and doing the whole thing. Appreciate it.
No worries. Cheers, mate. Alrighty, there you go. So that's there. I keep telling you guys about scr.gg. That's from 2 of our winners so far. I'm just saying, you should get on this website. If you don't get on this website, if you like racing, you like Star Citizen, you need to be on this website. You need to. It's so good. Is it better than
Too
the Star
good.
Citizen website?
I'm
Probably.
on that website.
Yeah. Well, you know, I need to see some times up there for you first, Hankin. Come on. Where's your web records?
Started.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna see some times coming up from Hankin. Good to hear.
Warming up. I mean, a little foreplay before I put my times up there.
Alrighty. Let's get. Looks like Black Maze is keen for interview. Let's get Black Maze in here. Looks like a little bit of a delay while we get Black Maze in here. You able to grab him, Hankin, or?
I'm looking. He's like,
Oh,
oh, there he is. Black
there he
Maze.
is.
Oh, he's muted for. There he goes. Black Maze, how you feeling after the race, good sir? How you doing, sir?
Black Maze?
How you feeling? Yeah, we might be muted from the qualifier.
Oh, muted by me.
Nice.
I am
Sweet.
great at this. All right, sorry about that.
How's it going, gents?
Fantastic.
doing,
How are
sir?
you? How does it feel?
I'm doing good, but I want to say first, and I hope the Crux organizers will hear this either now or later. But a big, huge thanks for the organization, because it has been insane, so well done, and I'm super impressed. Of course, for XGR we do our own races as well. And if you haven't heard of us, just YouTube XGR. But they're showing us how it's done. I love their organization. It's been awesome. They had such an amazing crew of people supporting and setting up this race, and it's been top notch, and participating in it has been insane.
Yeah, it's been an awesome event. So yeah, obviously, thank you EchoBit, thank you Gentleman Jay, thank you Brett. I'm 100% missing people, but yeah, it's a good organization.
All of the Aussies.
Yeah. Don't give us that much credit. But yeah, congratulations on winning. You absolutely crushed it. I was amazed to see you crush your record laps from last week in your first and second lap of today.
Well,
that was
we had
nuts.
a feeling you were holding back.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? I want to thank, this is gonna sound super cheesy, but I have to thank my team, because coming from XGR, we set up 2 teams, right? Because we had a lot of people that were planning to run this seriously in ACRUX, of course, the top time class. And we did so much experimenting with different ships, first of all, to find out what ship was going to run the fastest. I initially thought it would be the P-52, because it can go, like 550 in Atmo. But then we learned that the Herald can push 630, which is 1,400 mile per hour. For anybody wondering how fast that actually is. And so we set out to practice. We were doing 3-minute 20 per lap, and we just kept working at it. We've been practicing so much, and a huge, I think Data Machine, who was my teammate, deserves a lot of credit for putting in so much time finding out how to work the Herald to go even faster. And we slowly all together were putting in lap times, and we were sharing so much information together. And holding it close to our chest, absolutely, in terms of what works. And I think it's safe to say we found the magic recipe. But also a huge congratulations to Canadian Maverick for coming in second place. He has been an incredible adversary, so to speak. He was right up my ass the whole way, and it definitely put the pressure on. I had a lot of mistakes, and the biggest challenge for this race was dodging traffic. Oh my gosh, there was so much traffic and party markers, and it was hectic, and I think it was kind of a survival race.
Yeah, fair
How
enough.
did you find your fuel to boost ratio, this being an endurance race and everything?
So we did, of course, we tried to do a lot of math in terms of what if you boost less, can you save on a pit stop, things like that. We found out that and Legacy Fleet, for anybody that doesn't know them, this is another organization that does tremendous amounts of work in terms of finding all the, let's say, thruster strengths and shield strengths and all that sort of stuff for the ships. And this is incredibly useful to racers because you look at what the maximum G-force is that a ship can push under normal thrust, and then you look at the maximum thrust under boost, and you can tell the multiplier seems to be linear there. So if you're normally pushing 10 Gs and under boost you're pushing 20 Gs, then under boost you'll be consuming twice the fuel. So then you have to match that to the aerodynamic profile and see if it's worth it, you know, in terms of your top speed. And so the tricky thing was, and I'd love to hear from Canadian Maverick at some point as well, because with the formation lap, running 4 laps becomes incredibly tricky. And because we were running 4 laps pit, 4 laps pit, 4 laps pit. But for the initial stint, the goal was to go 3 laps pit. And I'm a dumbass because I kept riding and I forgot. So on my 4th lap, I was going to have to run no boost for half a lap to make sure I could make it. But then my teammates were confirming that Maverick followed me. So I don't know if that was his original plan or if he was like, okay, I got to do what Black Mace is doing, you know, the leader. I don't know. I'd love to know from him what his, I got to talk to him at some point. But so I slow boated. I limped to the pit on the first stint, no boost for half a lap. And then I understood that Canadian wasn't closing in on me. So I knew he was doing the same. I had Data Machine telling me, listen, Maverick is going to be struggling the same as you. So take it easy. Don't stress. Take it easy. I limped back. I made it. And we met at the pit a couple of times. So we were on pace together. It was hectic, dude. I've been what do you call it? Shaken constantly.
Yep. Oh, that's crazy. That's nuts. One thing I do want to say, so there's been an explosion in Star Citizen racing recently, the last couple months or so, and you've actually had a massive part of that. You've been a massive part of that. Do you want to talk about like yourself, XGR, and everything that happens there?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So I came from Elite Dangerous. I was an avid Elite Dangerous player, but really what I was doing there was racing. We had the Elite Racers group and we were doing a lot of racing, but that scene was quite small. The Elite Dangerous community is a different kind of breed, let's say. You can't compare it to the awesome folk in Star Citizen. It's a lot of a younger crowd. So when we migrated over during the whole Odyssey disaster, we looked for a good racing scene, couldn't find it, and we were like, you know what? Let's make something. So we set up XGR, Extreme G Racing, and you can come and join us if you want. It's an open group. We do a lot of primarily ship racing in vacuum, you know, 0G, but also planetary. We've got some amazing tracks, and we actually have a championship coming up as well. And like I said earlier, we're looking at what Crux is doing and learning from all their amazing organization. So yeah, I'm a racer. I love racing. I use dual sticks and it's awesome. And this party here at Crux at the Voyager Bar is also going mental, is looking awesome.
Let's get a quick shot of that, actually.
Are you guys here? You need a picture of this.
Oh, I got kicked out of the game ages ago, but let's have let's have a look at it. There we go. Oh, geez. No, that's all right. I got plenty to look at. Everyone's there. Awesome. Anything you want to shout out? I know you've got like some channels and stuff.
No, well, I mean, if you want to find me on YouTube, you can look for Black Mace. Just Google Black Mace. I did the Why Play Elite series, which was all about Star Citizen, and maybe you've heard of it. If you haven't, it's a fun series to check out if you want to learn about all the things that makes Star Citizen as amazing as it is. And beyond that, I'm currently focusing on all the XGR stuff. So if you Google XGR or YouTube XGR, you'll find me as well, and you'll find all the awesome things we're doing, Discord links and all that stuff. But again,
awesome.
Thank you to you guys for hosting this. Thanks to Crux for you guys for covering it, and Crux for hosting, and a big thanks to all of the amazing people that showed up to race.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, thank you very much. Congratulations again, man. Well done. Hopefully, we'll see you at the top of the list again next year for Crux Cup.
Oh, dude, you got it. XGR representing.
Thanks very much, man. Have a good one. Alrighty, so guys, here we have it. The after party is here. Our racers are going to have a little bit of a chance to, drink off their worries. A lot of people had a lot of crashes here, so There's a lot of wounds to be forgotten.
Ended.
Hankin, how'd you enjoy the day, man? That was crazy.
No, I gotta say, this was a lot of fun. Qualifier was pretty good, but this is where we see the true colors fly out. Some of the fastest lap times I've seen. The C2 coming through and finishing laps, beating the Reclaimer in the Clash of Titans. Gotta say, I had a blast. How about you, Mr. Croncy?
That was awesome. It was amazing. There was so much like actual story to the race. We had so many of these competitors within 5-6 seconds of each other. Even there, we had Black Maze and Canadian Maverick constantly riding each other's ass the entire race. Like, it was so much fun to watch, so much fun to see, and hilarious to see Trotster try it again. The insane mad lad try to change vehicle halfway through the race. But
I still think that's the best.
Yeah,
gambit
I think they
we've
should
seen so
allow
far.
it. They should allow it.
I think they should allow it as well. It's still
Yeah.
considered one ship.
Yeah, come on, Echo. What are you doing? Let's next year's Crux Cup. I want to see
It's too
Snubcraft be allowed. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. We'll get one last shot of these guys lining up at the Voyager bar. Yeah, if you do want to check out the Crux Cup, if you go !Crux race in the chat, you should be able to follow that. There should be a Discord link associated with it. As well as you'll see Echo Bit in my stream quite often. And so you can always ask him about that. Thank you, Henkin, my most handsome co-host.
Thank you, Croncy. I wouldn't
Shay-
co-host with any other person.
Oh, really? I'm going to hold you to that. I will sue.
Specifically requested Croncy.
Shout yourself out. Throw some stuff out.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name's Henkin_SC. Play a lot of Star Citizen. Croncy over here, my Australian version of me. I'm just basically the Australia of the Northern Hemisphere, aka Florida. Welcome on in. Hopefully, you guys had a blast. As you guys can tell, we are two amazing hosts doing two amazing jobs, playing one amazing game that is Star Citizen, allowing us to do such things as racing. So check me out Monday through Friday, Eastern time from 9 till ? Because who fucking knows? Sometimes I stream 24 hours. Sometimes I stream 6 hours. We never know. And sometimes I have no upload and I stream for 0 hours.
I am Croncy, guys. Obviously, you're on this channel. You know the drill. I do a lot of Star Citizen. I will say, before we do end, make sure you go purchase yourself some Crux Cup merch. This is the beginning of a new Crux Cup era. I think we're going to see some...
and Croncy, 20%
There's
off.
no, stop it, you. There's no code. Although maybe we can convince EchoBit to get a code next time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what we can do. But yeah, make sure you buy some merch and stuff. Obviously, that supports the actual organizers a little bit, as well as, yeah, it's the start of a new Crux Cup era. It's the start of a new racing era. But other than that, thank you very much, guys. I've been Croncy. That's been Henkin. We'll see you next time for another Crux Cup.
Have
Have
an
a
amazing
fantastic
night.
day,
Enjoy
guys.
your weekend, everybody. Stay fast.